Okay, look, they're coming out of his head. This is the coolest part of the whole thing, and this
Yeah.
gives you the heebie-jeebies. That's so fucking gnarly. What's up, everybody? Welcome to the show. It is Wednesday. We are here to do a good movie this time. I think we did a good movie last time too. We did Dumb and Dumber, but we don't always do good movies. Even though I think we've been actually, you know what? I take that back. Pretty much since we've gone back to doing commentaries on the regular, we've pretty much been doing good movies.
The last movie we did was what was the one where the director jumped on? Forest
Oh,
Hills. That
my
was
bad.
that.
Okay, Forest Hills wasn't very good. I
Well,
take
you
it
didn't
back.
like it. I enjoyed it, but yeah.
Look, there's a difference between good and enjoying it. You
But
know
that
what I
was
mean?
that was the last one. Not the
Like
that
good
wasn't
bad movie.
mainstream. Yeah.
Gotcha. But I know when me and Zach were doing them on the regular, it's like half the things we would do were just out there. And part of it is too is like him and I have different tastes. So maybe that's part of it. Like he likes certain things and I don't. You and I are fairly aligned. So
Yeah.
maybe that's part of it. But anyway, so we're gonna do Creepshow. This movie is great. It is fantastic. I rewatched it last night. I watched my 4K and I forgot it was 2 fucking hours, but it's all right. It flies by. 2 hours is easy to consume when it's like segmented into 5 different pieces. But without further ado, I want to let everybody know this is available. It's available on archive.org, and Riverman has it linked in the video, and he's got it linked in here if you guys are following us live. We do these live on Wednesdays when we stream on Fridays. Catch us 8:30 p.m. Central Time on the Wednesdays, and Fridays is 10:30. And what else we got? Make sure you're liking the video, following us, subscribe if you dig what we do. I'll remind everybody one more time because I am a shill. Check out the teaser for my short film. Go to my personal YouTube page. I've got that as well linked below. And let's get going. Oh, before we start, Creepshow 2, we're doing that Friday, but that's for members only. So we're doing extra stuff for members. Want to keep it clear. It's not taken away from anything we normally do. We're just giving an extra bonus and thank you to anybody that wants to throw us $2.99 a month. So join. It's down below if you want to. We'll do that live Friday, and then it'll go up like a normal episode the following week for members only. But this is for everybody, so let's relish in it. So we're gonna go and get started. Does this file start weird or does it start
No, it
normal?
starts on the Warner Brothers logo.
Okay, perfect. So let's go in 3, 2, 1, play. All right. So hopefully Todd has. I had it all pulled up where all the titles of every short was called. And do you have notes with you?
Yeah, I can. I mean, we can go through each title of.
All right. So the first one, it's giving me Halloween vibes. Is this Happy Father's Day, right? Or
Yeah,
what? Okay. This one,
or it's
I,
just Father's Day.
just
Yeah.
Father's Day. This one starts off. It starts off with a bang because I really like this one. It's cool, and I think the image of the zombified father is iconic.
Oh, it was great. But
You know.
before that, I mean, we have this intro
Oh, I'm sorry.
with
The
the kid.
bookends,
Yeah,
yeah, with Tom Atkins, which is fantastic,
smacking his kid in the face.
and you got Joe King, aka Joe Hill, as the son, Stephen King's boy.
Yeah.
Which he's an author and he doesn't use his dad's name anymore as an author because he doesn't want to ride the coattails, even though everybody knows who it is. Isn't that kind of defeat the purpose? It's like I don't want to ride on my dad's name, but everybody fucking knows you're Stephen
Well, I
King's.
would I would read his stuff if I knew he's Stephen King's son.
You didn't know Joe Hill? Joe Hill's novels?
No, I don't read.
Oh, but I'm just saying though, he's like, I don't want to go by Joe King. He's credited as Joe King on this cast on
Oh,
this
okay.
film, but he's now an author, and it's Joe Hill, and it's just he didn't want to write off the name of his dad, which is fair enough, but he could. Everybody who reads books knows Joe Hill is his son, so does it really matter? And they look the same. They are like just twins, dude. So, but yeah,
Unless you buy this shit.
it's fantastic. This is a great intro bookend skit.
Oh, I
His
think
dad's.
everybody had the rocking chair growing up, like the wicker one.
I
Man,
didn't.
I remember taking my shirt off and just like leaning back and then having like all these weird bumps on my back.
Hmm. We didn't have that. I know what you're talking about, little imprints.
Yeah.
We didn't have that, but we did have a haunted rocking chair.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, we had a haunted rocking chair, and but it wasn't one of those. I love his room. I like these. I like these very obviously art department decorated rooms. Like
Yeah, no, I agree.
I just don't think a parent would really like hang up the Dracula, the poster, like at that diagonal angle. Like it's a little try hard. Like what kid's gonna fuck up that much and do it that sideways? Maybe it won't be perfectly straight, but it's clearly. I love this dude, the creep.
Oh, it's awesome. I think Sean Clark had an episode where you actually went to the Creepshow house too, which is pretty cool for Horror's Hella Grounds.
I love all
It's neat to
the.
see it looks the same.
Yeah, I like all the segue scenes, the animation stuff. I think it's really cool. It's just got a vibe,
Just a
and
fun movie.
there's something about it. Like every time I go back and I rewatch this, like last night, I was like, man. I mean, I know it's a good movie, and I remember all the story, but every time I sit down and watch, it, I'm like, wow, this is a great movie.
Yeah.
Like it just like reminded because I the last time I watched this was probably a few years ago. It's been like 5 years. It's not like I don't watch anything every single year anymore, but yeah, every time. But I kind of like that because then I can have that like feeling, like, oh yeah, this is really good. And
Well, it
I don't
helps
know,
out having a stellar cast with Hal Halbrook and Leslie Nielsen, Adrian
yeah,
Barbeau,
Ted
Ed
Danson,
Danson. I mean,
but
Ed Harris.
Ted Danson filmed this before Cheers. This came out
Oh yeah,
right.
yeah,
This actually he did this right before he got Cheers.
yeah.
So this is like what 82, and then Cheers was like right on the cusp of that. So he was on his podcast talking about it, talking about doing Creep Show, and he was talking about doing the effect of him underwater,
Ooh,
and
yeah,
how they did it and stuff like that. Which I was after I got done watching this. First of all, I always think about Creep Show 2. I think that's the last one I watched, and it's just like, oh yeah, this one has 5 segments. I forget.
yeah.
Like, oh, it's not like Creepshow 2 where there's the 3. And there's a couple that I tend to forget about. And I forget about the last one with the bugs.
Hmm.
And
The Crate.
the oddly enough, no, that's not the crate. The crate's the
No,
mom.
I know, but you remember the Crate, right?
No, I remember oh, it's this one and the bugs. I always remember the
Oh,
crate.
you always forget this one?
Yeah, I always remember the crate.
Yeah, I always forget the bugged one and the Crate.
And I always remember, of course, Stephen King and the weeds and the death of whatever they call it. You'd have to help me out. And then I remember the Ted Danson, which
Something that tied you over, the Crate.
yeah, those are the
They're
ones
creeping up on you.
yeah, those are what I remember. And part of it too is because something that tied you over and the crate, they're much longer than the rest of them.
Yeah,
That's one thing I don't know if you would call a flaw. It's like maybe that is kind of a flaw, I have to say, because they're very inconsistent in their run times. So it does kind of bog it down, not in a bad way, because the longest ones are the best ones, but it just feels a little uneven in their placement. So this one's, what, 15, 16, 17 minutes.
yeah,
And then we're going to have the Stephen King one, which is like 13 minutes.
yeah. The
And
lonesome death of Jordy Verrill, or
yeah,
AKA Weeds.
it's like 13 minutes. So we're in the similar ballpark, but it's even shorter than this one. And then we have Ted Danson and Leslie Nielsen. And that one
Something that
is
tied you over, yeah.
that's like 25, 26 minutes. And then you have the crate, which is like
Yeah,
38 minutes.
yeah,
It's really long.
yeah.
And then the last one is super short, the one with the bugs. It's like 14
They're
minutes.
creeping up on you, yeah.
So I feel like they should have maybe ordered them a little differently or got them on a comparable pace. Because there's just something about that
I don't know. The first three I think are bangers, man. I'm not saying I don't like the other two. But I mean it kicks
oh, but the crate's one of the most, like, you don't like the crate the best.
I like the Crate, but I like the first three the best.
I find the
It goes in
crate.
order for me. I
I
mean,
find the crate. I don't know why it had to be 38 minutes long. I feel like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like
No, I agree.
I I'm trying to figure out like all the things that happen in the crate. I'm like, I wonder why they couldn't have. Granted, the one with Stephen King and they'll creep up on you. These are all like in one location, so they're very
Mm.
simple. So maybe that's kind of part of it. Why I don't know. And even this is, Father's Day. It's in the house or it's outside the house in the graveyard. It's fairly contained. I don't know if that plays a part in it, but I feel it just I don't know. Maybe they should have made the two longest ones like the bookends. I don't know.
So they filmed it in Pittsburgh
Of
in the
course.
suburbs and Monroeville, of course, and then also Romero leased out a old boys academy to build sets for the film. So I didn't know that they did that, but that's interesting.
And I have to correct myself. So when last week we were doing the Stephen King adaptation tier list, I told Todd to take Creepshow off because he's like, "Oh, Stephen King wrote the script." I'm like, "I knew that, but look, that's not an adaptation though. That doesn't
Yeah,
really
The
count."
Weeds was an
But
adaptation.
yeah, I didn't know that until watching. I never realized that. But so was the crate, the weeds, the crate and the weeds. They were
Yeah,
both Stephen King. So we still couldn't have done the whole movie. We would have had to have done just the
yeah.
the pieces. But yeah, I don't know. But then in Creepshow 2, they're based off King stuff. I know Romero wrote the screenplay, but are they based off Stephen King novels or
I
novellas?
don't remember. We'll have to go through that on Friday.
And there's one of them. I don't remember if maybe it has to be the crate because if it was based on a Stephen King, but I want to say it was uh Ted Danson, but there's one of them where there's a sign and it shows like they're in Castle Rock. So they're in Maine, which is obviously set for like every King novel. So yeah. Anyway, I didn't catch that the last time I watched it, but so run us down with this short. What's going on? We got an old hag that
So
killed
yeah,
her
you got
husband.
Sylvia. They're meeting her nephews Richard and niece Cass, along with Cass's new husband, at an estate. So they're at the annual family dinner, and then basically
So
this is the drunken sister, right?
this is the guy. Oh yeah, this is the drunken sister. Yeah. So did the wife murdered him, and we're gonna get all that backstory like here, like he's making the cake. I want my cake. I want my cake. What do they ever really get into like why she killed him other than he was just annoying? I mean, like, was he an abusive asshole or what?
Well, he sounds like an abusive asshole.
He just wants his cake. It's his
Oh, one
birthday.
more cake.
It's his day. I think she's
Yeah, but what
entitled to his
father
cake.
actually says that? Who gives a fuck about your damn cake?
Uh, Gamer Guy says if I had to rank the stories, it'd go Something to Tide You Over, Father's Day, The Lonely Death of Jordy Verrill, The Crate, and They're Creeping Up on You. So I
You see, I'm with Gamer Guy in this.
no, I agree. Well,
Yeah.
yeah, I agree. It's almost in order. No, I like Something to Tide You Over the best. I like it better. I would say Something to Tide You Over, Lonesome Death, Father's Day, The Crate, and They're Creeping Up on You. That's what I would say. I actually think they're creeping up on you. I don't know. By the time you get to the end of this movie, I feel like they're creeping up on they're creeping up on you being the least best, at least in my opinion. With it ending with the least best, I think it hurts the film a little bit. A
Yeah.
little bit. I'm not saying it's not fine because it is, but if they're creeping up on you was like second to last and they ended with like a fucking bang, then it probably would have helped it a little bit. It's just like the sequencing on a record or something, but there's just something about them ending with that one that I think it has to get a point deducted. Because I don't love that. I don't love it, to be honest with you. It's all right. And I think the effects are cool. I like when all the bugs are coming at him
Oh,
and
it's
stuff at the end.
creepy, man.
That's
Yeah.
really cool. But I just think there's just not enough there compared to, like I said, after it follows the two longest of the whole series and you end with that. I think it should have ended with Something to Tide You Over, or maybe The Crate, personally.
So here's Belinda just ended up killing the father after he was demanding for his cake and all that crap. And now you have the drunk sitting here on the gravestone and um, reminiscing.
Gamer Guy, all of Creepshow's stories were original. Creepshow 2's stories were based on either existing short stories or ideas Stephen King had. That is not true. Creepshow, the, uh, the Weeds, the
Yeah, this
Weeds.
is one of his short stories.
Yeah, it's one of his short stories in his novella. Same thing with The Crate. Those are both Stephen King short stories. I just couldn't remember if they did the same thing for Creepshow 2 or not. I know King wrote the screenplay for this one, and I know Romero wrote the screenplay, but didn't direct the second one, which is interesting. But yeah. Does anybody else like to consider Tales from the Dark Side movie an unofficial third entry in the series? Todd doesn't like the Tales from the
I
Dark Side
don't
movie.
like that movie. I surprisingly, but a lot of people love it, but I don't like it. That
So
the anthology didn't do it for me.
this is 1982. So correct me if I'm wrong, but just Creepshow in general is a homage to like Tales from the Crypt and all that and stuff like that. Like it
Yeah,
wasn't
yeah,
based on a real magazine like Tales from the Crypt was.
yeah.
Yeah, it's just a homage. And even the Creep is kind of like the Crypt Keeper.
Hmm.
And it's kind of interesting because just a few years later, Tales from the Crypt would actually get adapted into a TV show, and then people would. So you might not be any the wiser. You might think one ripped off the other, but anyway, I like. I have the Tales from the Dark Side 4K. I haven't watched that movie in a minute. I never actually loved it, but I definitely want to watch it. And I think we should do a commentary for it. But
Oh, look at Ed Harris is dancing here, man.
yeah,
Busting a move.
Ed Harris is one of these guys that's been like an old man his whole life, and
Yeah.
it's funny because he wasn't a marquee actor, and this is only 1982. But with the way he looks, you would think he's been around for much longer. But no, because he did this, he did Night Riders. This is when he wasn't like a big deal. But yeah, and I kind of forget this one exists if I go a while without watching it, and I kind of always forget. Oh yeah, Ed Harris is in this. But yeah. But yeah, I like this. I like this, and I like the. I was reading reviews on it after I watched it. I was like, I went to Reddit because that's what I do, and I like to figure out what other people think and how they rank stuff because it interests me. And a lot of people really were shitting on the Lonely Death. Like,
Really?
yeah, they're like, yeah, this needs to go. I'm
Oh,
like,
that movie's great. Or that
there's
segment's
some
great, man.
there's something about it. This one, that one especially, and I guess they'll creep up on you. Those ones feel more like campfire tales, whereas the other two are quite a bit more robust and longer. But I
King's
think
hysterical in that,
I
man.
think his is the most memorable one.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm not saying it's the best one because I really do like the something to
Something
tide you
tied you
over.
over.
I
Yeah.
like it's iconic because they always showed the clips from that on the back of the box and stuff like
Hmm.
that. You saw Ted dancing in the sand and stuff. It's just iconic. But as a kid, when I used to watch this as a little kid, I always remembered Stephen King with like the moss and the grass growing out
Yep.
of him. It's the one that's burned in your
The
brain.
shotgun. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the one I could never forget is part of this. Like, oh, that movie where Stephen King has grass all over him. That's what I would think.
I actually read the graphic novel before I read or watched the movie. So
Oh, okay.
growing up, I had this big brothers, big sisters. He was like huge into horror films, and he gave
Uh,
me the graphic novel. And man, I was in love with it. I'm like, God, this is awesome. I need to finally see this movie. And after that, I was hooked on Creepshow, man.
and it was a graphic novel off of this movie.
Yes.
Okay, who put that out? Like Dark Horse Comics or something?
Who put out that graphic novel?
Did it come out around the time the film did, or did they
Yeah,
just out?
yeah.
Okay, interesting. And did they make it like a homage? Like, hey, let's pay homage to these
Hmm.
magazines that we're trying to
Yeah.
pay tribute to. Okay, let's see.
It was
Yeah.
yeah, Stephen King put it out, I believe.
Okay, gamer guy. I love Stephen King's hammy acting. What's funny is it's so good in this because it's supposed to be that. Like his hammy acting is great. He's just a walking cartoon. Normally, he's shit. Like when you see him doing his cameos and stuff. Like I think they were stealing. They're. It's not great, and it sticks out like a
And
sore
Night
thumb.
Riders, he was pretty bad in Night
It
Riders.
sticks out like a sore thumb because he's acting around people that are acting serious. But in the he's the only person in that short, so he sets the tone. And the fact that he's like a walking like Elmer Fudd character is hilarious. Him with the cross eyes and all that stuff. It works really, really, really well. Now, I was wondering the whole time, like Ed Harris, I get it. You might be a little drunk or something, but why aren't you fucking moving? If I saw a giant headstone wobbling above me, I would not waste any fucking
Oh,
time. Like,
hell no.
why is he not moving? And even when he sees the zombie dad, I don't care if you're scared and move. I think we all know how this is going to end for him. He's going to get his head's going to get smashed. It's stupid. Like, get the fuck out of there, dude.
No, it's
You dummy.
pretty creepy, man. the father is just as the father zombie. He is creepy as hell looking. I mean, they did an awesome job.
This would be a way to go though. Like you'd just be splat, dude.
Yeah.
You'd have no head. And I forget. Tom Savini, of course, has a nice role in this at the end as a garbage man. He had to get injected
Yeah,
and
that's
everything.
right.
He's like, "Oh, somebody redeemed it already." Which I love. When we get to that, I really like how it ends with his kid, what he does to his dad. It's really cool. Father zombie. Yeah. Fun fact, the zombie dad is played by Martin himself, John Amplas.
Yeah, John Amplas.
Oh, like just the zombie in the suit?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's cool. She's I don't know if she's hot, but she definitely looks like a slut.
Oh yeah, yeah. The niece. Yeah.
She'd take you for a ride.
Oh, I'm sure.
She's a bitch, and the brother, I'm pretty sure, likes the pole. He seems a little, you know,
He likes martinis though. So
yeah. Well,
and the pole.
James Bond couldn't be gay, so they want to make him gay though. Anyway, so yeah, how long has he been dead? Did they establish how long ago it was that this happened?
I don't even remember. I don't even see anything about how
I
long it was.
I thought maybe the housekeeper was going to come into play because you keep seeing those flashbacks and the housekeeper giving strange looks, but no,
Yeah.
they just show her dead up against the window, like Halloween H2O or something, and which is pretty. See, it's pretty creepy. I like how she knows. She seemingly knows, like, oh, he's here. Like she's like immediately saying stuff to it. Oh,
I want my cake. See, what I never understood is after he rips her head off or whatever and throws her head on the cake, why does he put candles on it? If it's Father's Day, why would you put candles on a Father's Day cake?
why do you get a cake for Father's Day? Period.
I have no idea.
I feel like I don't understand that. Why do they call it like birthday?
I don't. Yeah.
Because then we lose like the funny happenstance that hey, I killed the father on Father's Day. Ha 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 ha. I don't know, but it really doesn't make sense. I've never given my dad. I never gave my dad a cake, dude, for Father's Day. You take your dad to
Hell
dinner.
no. I
You take
know.
him to dinner or something,
Yeah.
whatever. You buy him a cake. I know if my kid gave me a cake, I'd be like, "What the fuck is this?" You know, I don't
Get
like
him a
cake.
prime rib, some
Oh yeah,
potatoes or something. Something
Ed
decent.
Ed Harris with that gawk gawk face dancing,
Oh yeah, absolutely.
dude. I think the ladies loved Ed Harris though. That chiseled jawline, he had it. He had it. Hey, what's up, Tom? Welcome to the Creep Show. Hey, so
So
how do you guys feel? Do you guys have a preference? Creep Show 1 over Creep Show 2? Sean or Tom? What's up, everybody? Yeah, I
it's
don't
tough, man. It's really tough. I
it's like you want to say this one because of illegitimate it's legitimate because it's Romero directed and King wrote, but Romero wrote the second one, so it's just as legitimate in my eyes.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I don't know, man. I'm gonna watch Creepshow 2 tonight in prep for Friday, and then I've never watched them back to back before, like one day, right back to back. So
Mhm.
this will give me a good like finally because it's one of those things where it'll just change. Like I might think, I'll watch this one, like, oh, this one's better. A couple years later, I'll watch two, and I'll be like, you know what, I love two. I've never watched them back to back, so we'll find out. Here's everybody's favorite short, which, like I said, I couldn't believe this one got the hate, but
How does this one get hate? Is what I
it's
want
the
to know.
most simple. It's
Yeah.
funny. It's like just a meteorite lands. Why does it make
Yep.
grass grow and weeds grow everywhere? I guess it doesn't have to explain
He's
it.
got his chiclet teeth, man. He's great.
I love the flashback of him like wanting to get like what is it, $200 or something
Mhm.
stupid. Like, geez, I could pay off my loan with that. Yeah, he's great. I think he's got the best one because he's the only one that gets to. Well, the bug guy does too, but I would want to be the guy starring in my own short. That's why it's so memorable because it's just him.
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
And I mean, living here in the Midwest, you see a lot of people like this, so it's like it's nothing nothing new. But yeah, he gets the meteorite goo on his fingers. Well, I guess it's not goo, but it turns into something. But no, Stephen King, man. I mean, he's not great acting, but for a crappy hammy act, sequence like this, I think he nails it, man. It's really cool. So he wants to get his money for his meteorite. Meteor shit. Yeah, that's right. Which, I mean, and it's pretty interesting that, like Aaron was saying, it was just him that's, starting a role in this. There's nobody else. I was pretty when I was a kid, I was pretty surprised at the ending of this. Like I didn't I
That he
didn't
blew his head off.
that he blew his head off. Like, yeah, I was like, holy shit, man, this is crazy.
And they really sort of got a free pass on the extra violent ding from the ratings board because he just
Yeah.
blew it's just grass.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
it's just the
exactly.
act of it is just like, oh my gosh, he took his lid off, man.
Yeah.
And just the whole thing with him wanting to take I like when he gets in the bath, you could just hear him like,
Mm,
oh, it's so much better.
yeah.
Like, I don't know, man.
He's giving Jim Carrey a run for his money with his physical acting, man.
Yeah, he's good. King is like the farmer from Killer Clowns. What are you doing with my Pooh Bear? That if he would have survived this, he would have lived to become that older guy from Killer Clowns. I I like watching this because it begs so many questions. I find myself trying to I like the Dutch angles they use with the
Yeah.
dream sequence. It makes me I want to fill in his history. So like he's clearly on the level, right? He's
Oh,
clearly not
absolutely.
very smart.
Absolutely.
So he runs this farm by himself. What does he farm? Is he specialize in livestock? Does he farm crops? His dad obviously left him the farm. I'm going to
He
assume he
farms
left
he farms his sister. We know that. I'm sure.
I'm a, I'm ass- I'm assuming his dad left him the farm. He makes mention that his dad died 3 years ago, but he's smart enough to keep this place together. And then when I look at his bathroom and you look how disgusting the walls are, they look like they're molding. Like,
Mm.
is this just like an old farm look? Are they all supposed to look like this, or does he not take care of it? Has he ever been laid? Does he have any kids himself? I doubt it. He seems like he lives by himself. He got
If
a
it's
bank.
if
He
it's
got a loan.
him, if it's him, not him, it's Carl from Terminator. You always have these things where you want to know the backstory of some of these people.
Carl. Oh, the Terminator Genesis or
Yeah.
Terminator Dark
we
Fate.
we talked about that.
But I do want to know this guy his story because
Yeah.
he look, he's clearly running it because he says he's got a loan from the bank. I pay off that loan for what? I just want to know where how he's getting his money.
Property taxes, I'm sure, man.
Look at it. Look at his ceiling. It's disgusting. Why is his ceiling? Why is his ceiling looks like it's 6 foot high? His head's gonna hit it. When you saw him standing there for a second, I like he's drinking the Ripple, dude, old school.
This is Ripple, he's watching wrestling.
And I was looking at the close-ups of his face and the way they got him, dressed up. When people have that kind of 5 o'clock shadow, it looks like they like put dirt. Like it's not a
Mm,
real. Is it a
yep.
real? Is it like a mix of both? Do they like fill that in with
I
makeup?
wish I had that 5 o'clock shadow, man.
That's the kind of 5 o'clock shadow where you sneeze and you got it, like that
Yeah,
Italian.
yeah,
Yeah, you kind of grow facial hair like me a little bit.
yeah.
You know,
It's bad.
do you just cut it or do you grow it up here or do you just trim it low? Do you not grow it up here by your
Up
cheeks?
here?
Yeah.
No, I don't grow it here by my cheeks. No.
Okay, so where I see the line, is that the highest it grows?
Yeah, right here, yeah.
I'm just saying, do you trim it to that level is what I'm saying.
No, and trim it to that level,
So
no.
that's the natural
If
level.
it yeah, if it
Wow.
if it gets a little out of sorts, I'll trim it, but
Oh, okay.
I don't have to
That's
normally.
not unlike me. Mine will like go a little like Keanu Reeves up here, and I
Yeah.
just keep it straight. But
Nah,
yeah.
I'm Keanu Reeves all day, Patches.
Oh,
Mr.
me too.
Patches.
Me too. Let's see. The animated scenes of Creepshow gives me Zelda CDI vibes. It does. It
Mm.
reminds me of the shopkeeper, like not enough rubies.
Yeah.
You're right, it does. It's kinda jank like that. Gamer guy, he on his preference, he says Creepshow 2 is fine. The first story is the second story is decent, and the third story is good. I'm not a big fan of the animated sequences in between. I love the raft. I love that Native American statue, man. I like Creepshow 2. I'm looking forward to watching it. I wonder if they made a conscious decision to cut the segments, because it is weird that this has 5, because that's
Yeah.
the standard's 3. Whenever you think of anthology horror, I think of it comes in 3s. 5's kind of odd, and it's 2 hours long, so Creepshow 2 is only like 89 minutes and they stick to 3, which just seems like it's more format. But I do at the end of the day think it's an issue that there's 5 of these and they're just so inconsistent in time. I feel like they could have perfected that a little bit better, but I'll be interested to see if I'll rewatch Creepshow 2, and I'm just gonna bet and wager that Creepshow 2 is more even. With it being 3, I bet you they're very balanced, you
They're
know?
longer, yeah,
Yeah,
longer segments.
well, it's also shorter, like I said, but still, if the movie's roughly 90 minutes, let's say you take out 5 to 10 for the bumpers, the bumper story or whatever, right? And you know, maybe you're left with 80 minutes. You could probably have each one be at least like 25 to 27 minutes. I bet you it's way more even.
Fun fact, this is the only George Romero film to open up #1 at the box office.
Oh, nice.
And guess what it took place of?
1982. I'm gonna guess Return of the Jedi.
First Blood.
Oh,
Yeah.
Return of the Jedi. I think I'm a couple years late. Wasn't that like
Yeah.
80?
I think so.
Or not Return of the Return of the
Um,
First Blood. That's a shame, but First Blood was already holding on to #1, right?
yeah, yeah.
It it caught it on the way down.
Yeah.
It probably had like a weak #1 on like Rambo's way down. Which begs the question: what would Rambo do if he found a meteorite that made weeds grow all over him? How would he handle it? You'd think at the first sign of this weird shit happening, you would fucking get out of Dodge and like, I got to go to hospital. What's going on? He's just like waiting around to turn into like a greenhouse.
So another fun fact, Stephen King was told to play Jordy like Wile E. Coyote, the way he looks when he goes off a cliff.
That works.
Yeah.
It's like, can you cross your eyes?
Mhm.
I can do that. Yeah, no, he does it really good. Like I said, it's because he's the only person acting in this. He can set the tone himself. He can't do any better in this, and it just always comes off so freaking weird when he's acting around other real actors. But I love it. And yeah, I hate him in Knight Riders. He's dog shit as that fucking patron watching the shit.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
guy that's like the
Uh,
guy that's heckling, like, why are you coming? Why are you going to this if you hate it so fucking much? I love it. This will make it better. I don't want to get medical attention. I'm just gonna like do this. I'm just gonna make the screwdriver and drink, chug it.
So he doing this scene, I guess he had an allergic reaction to
Uh-huh.
this, and he had to like take a bunch of shots of medication. So he was like in pain the whole time, I guess.
Okay, so I didn't know this. Gamer guy, he says there was gonna be 5 stories like the first Creep Show and Creep Show 2, but due to budget reasons, they scaled it back to 3. So it was all budget. I mean, still, I I think there's a reason why you don't see like a lot of these that have 5 in it. I think 3 is just this magic number. And even like when they do stuff with Trick or Treat with Sam, that one they actually weave all the characters together in the same universe, but that's 3 stories too, right? You have the
Yeah.
dad, the guy, the neighbor who kills
Was
people, and
that
you have
3 or 4?
I think it's 3. You have the coven. I don't know. I thought it was 3.
Maybe it's 3. I can't
I
remember.
have the Arrow of that too, and I haven't watched it yet. I'm like so behind. I was talking to Todd recently. Where I haven't bought anything in a long time. The last new films that I got were for Christmas, and they were gifted to me. So I haven't bought any films since around the holiday, if not a little before. So I've just got such a back pile here. But I did see they have that Lethal Weapon, and I didn't know. I didn't. I usually get my stuff through like Diabolic, but I want to learn my lesson from the Freddy whole debacle because they ended up going on Amazon UK, and then they were $10 cheaper. I was like, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the Freddy what Freddy ended up going. So, Diabolic, they said like, if you want to guarantee it, get it by last night. And of course, the FOMO was like, no, I don't want to spend $50 for this, and especially if it's gonna be 40 on Amazon.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna wait because I'm not trying to spend any money. But
So
Daddy, why does he
the
fucking dad?
the
Is this supposed to be the alien, but it's helping him, or is he just like is he delusional? I'm so confused. And also, I feel like his dad also looks like the Father's Day dad, just like de-aged a little bit. They're the
I
same people.
I think that Stephen King's other one is the last film, The Creep. They're creeping up on you is his other script.
It's not the crate.
No, because
Uh,
this is saying in Stephen King's original script for the film, the final story, they're creeping up on you was originally took place in a lush carpeted penthouse. However, because of roaches, they would have to um so they basically filmed it in a hospital room instead of
hmm.
a penthouse. So this is saying that it's that segment.
I thought it was. I read another source that it was the crate. Maybe Will knows because Will seems to have these facts with him. I don't. Sometimes they creep up on you. It's it does disgust me watching it because when I was like a little kid, dude, we lived in like this roach infested fucking
Oh
place.
yeah, yeah. I
Well,
lived in
like
Florida, man. There's tons of roaches.
God, like we lived in this dump, dude. We were fucking poor as shit living in Tennessee and like Memphis. And it just cockroaches everywhere. I was 3 and 4 years old doing impressions of a dead cockroach to my brothers. I probably went to school and show and tell, like, "Hey, let me do it." Like, now it's like, "Well, why do you know what that looks like?" It's embarrassing, but that they're so disgusting, man. It's not, I don't like watching it. It's gross. This is so funny. He's gonna blow his brains out. It looks like he's just wrapped in that fake turf you get from Home Depot, dude. I like it.
Yeah, the cheap AstroTurf.
It's funny because it looks like it was super. None of it looks like high grade. Like it looks like it was easy to achieve all this shit.
I'd love to have that suit, man. That'd be awesome.
You're just gonna like
Walk
wear it
around
in your
with a
basement,
grass suit, dude. Hell
hide
yeah.
some hide in somebody's yard and come out
Yeah.
and just blow his brains out. Do we? Oh, see, there's just something about it.
Yeah.
Reminds me of the bag of weed Kumar has sex
Yes.
dreams about.
Yes,
You know,
absolutely. Yeah. Or
learn how
he's
to
just
make
plugging the
coffee.
holes, dude.
Yeah, he's just plugging the holes, learn how to make coffee.
So
uh,
there's a signpost for Maine that they
there it
made up.
is. There
There
it
it
is.
is. Yeah,
Castle Rock.
Castle Rock.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so Castle Rock 5 miles apart. Yeah. So that one had the King connection, obviously,
Even
but
though it was filmed in what, Pittsburgh or Pennsylvania.
yeah. Let's see. Ishmael. That is a good segment of yours, Aaron, adding Rambo. What would Rambo do? So I don't know how Rambo. I don't know what Rambo would have done. I don't think he would have been dumb enough to fucking stay. I think he would have gotten out of there. I don't think Rambo would have thrown water on the fucking meteor. I don't know. I don't think he would have even been in this situation. Rambo in this story with the dancing, like if that was Leslie Nielsen coming in there and waking up Rambo for fucking his lady, Rambo would pity no fools. He would instantly take his fucking giant knife and we would have no movie, dude, because he would just, slit Leslie Nielsen's gobbler right off.
True.
And Leslie Nielsen, I know he was technically before he was known as the goofy airplane guy. He did some more dramatic stuff. It's
He's
just still
a
weird,
phenomenal actor, man.
but it's still weird seeing him play a straight guy, like straight.
I
And
think he's creepy in this segment, man. I think he does a hell of a job. Ted Danson, I mean, he's the heartthrob, man. Every woman wanted Ted Danson.
yeah,
Just do.
guys too, right, Todd?
Yeah.
Oh, no, Sam Malone is one of the greatest TV characters ever written, and Ted Danson is television royalty.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just he still shows up. He's just kind of grandfathered into
He's so funny in Curb Your Enthusiasm too.
Oh, hey, fuck you, Larry. Fuck
Yeah.
you, Larry. Yeah.
He's dating Cheryl.
But, I feel like Ted Danson's taken this well. He's very nonchalant. Clearly, they don't work together because, like you said, he played dumb. Like, don't you know who I am? So
Mhm.
clearly, he doesn't know him, but he knows him because he's, probably hired a PI or whatever to figure out. So I don't know, man. I think he's handling it really well. You think if a guy came in that you were fucking his lady and he stormed in you think you'd be like a little bit more,
Oh,
yeah,
absolutely,
you'd be a
man.
little bit more like, oh fuck, I'm sorry, man. Ooh, I didn't know she was married. But he's just like, what are you doing? He's very chill about it.
Yeah, a little too chill, man.
Yeah, I'm like, guess what? Cheating on your wife isn't illegal. Breaking into my house is. Isn't that funny?
Well, yeah, I'm surprised he didn't take him out.
I mean, isn't that funny though? It's like he has probable cause to be like this because he's fucking his wife, but technically that's not illegal, which is interesting. And that's one of the things that, like, as society, we shun it so bad. Like when you cheat on a spouse or whatever, it's so shunned, yet it's not illegal. It's just interesting.
Yeah,
It's kind of interesting. It's one of those things that's not. But yeah, I mean, if he was in a Kerry state, Ted Danson could have shot his ass right there.
yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, he probably would have felt bad about it. Like I would have. Like, dang. I mean, I did fuck his wife. I mean, I should have killed him.
I used to love like the whole closed circuit television stuff though in this segment and when I was growing up and how cool that would have been. Um, Now everybody has it. They have Ring cameras, so
Yeah, The Raft is the only one in part two that is as quality as the stories in the first. We'll see. I got to watch both to kind of. The Raft is the most memorable for sure.
I still enjoy the first one too.
You can tell they padded the stories out in two. Let's see. Yeah, I love all the comic strip stuff. It's real cool. Yeah, so this one's a bigger story. We get more locations. Now he's taking him to this beach. He says, "Go ahead and scream. I own all this, and no one's going to hear you." So he owns like all this fucking land. Who is this guy? Who do you think? Who do you think Leslie Nielsen is? Is he
Yeah,
is he like some giant real estate mogul? Is he like a Donald? Don't want to say
well,
his name.
he's a heartless millionaire, right?
I mean, maybe even billionaire, dude. If he owns this kind of land, beachfront
Well, they say
property.
millionaire, but
Oh well, millionaire back in the '80s has a lot of money.
that's true.
He might have been the equivalent to a billionaire. I think it's funny because if you look at someone like Elon Musk, who is the richest man in the world, and he's currently worth like over $500 billion. I think like the richest man in the world. I was watching Richie Rich, that movie with Macaulay with Mac.
You have your own McDonald's, yeah.
And Richie Rich, they're building him up. Richard Rich, his dad, is the richest man in the world. Oh, he's mystery. He's the richest man in the world. The president wants him alone, and even his wife, she's like, oh, he's like, I think she kisses him. He's like, oh, you only love me because of whatever. He's like, oh, well, you do have $70 billion and you have a cute butt. Oh, so he was the richest man in the world in 1994 with $70 billion. And
Oh
now
my
Elon Musk is almost like 600 billion. It's just funny. So I
Christ.
imagine in 1982, yeah, I mean, you were probably the equivalent.
I wonder if he's gonna make his own Mount Rushmore like Richard Rich did.
Oh my God, my nose.
I
I
look
look
like
like
Michael
Michael Jackson. I
Jackson.
always thought that was weird. That I wonder what Mac thought of that line. Like, hey, that's my fucking butt buddy. I mean, my friend. Make a joke about Michael.
Everybody's taking shots at Michael then though.
They
Sad.
they cut I saw somebody was talking about how they cut that line out of the when it's shown on TV, at least on like the ABC Family or whatever. It just goes, oh my God, my nose, and you don't hear the rest.
Really?
Because she says it off screen. Like, you don't actually see her face when she says it because they show the. So it's like, oh, that's lame, dude. Like, who cares, man? Michael Jackson. If I had fuck you money, you can make all the jokes you want.
Oh, absolutely.
It's like whatever. I can tune you guys out.
Yeah, they should pay him for that joke too.
Yeah, he was the butt of a lot of jokes in the '90s.
Yeah.
So basically, he's bringing him out to his beach, and he's saying, "Hey, he's telling him to dig a hole."
Mhm.
And he told him to dig a hole. He's like, "Get in the hole," and then he's gonna make him bury himself in the hole. And I don't know. I was thinking to myself, what would I do in this situation? Because clearly he's gonna put me in a hole, and this can't end well if I'm in a hole. I know if I try and attack him or get away, he's got a gun, which also doesn't end well. But like, it's not going to end well in the hole. I don't know. I feel like, what would you do? Would you
I'd start running. I would attack him. The dude has a 38.
Yeah, it's like it doesn't look
Yeah.
like it can do a whole lot. I feel like he's old. I feel like I'd have to, I don't know, do the tush push on him or something football related, right? Fucking attack his ass. He might hit me, but zigzag, man.
Yeah,
Or
I would definitely tackle him and start
look at all that
running to
pockets.
the ocean.
Look at all that pocket sand he's got. Just throw it in his eyes, dude.
He's got 6 rounds. He could tackle him, run into the ocean. He's not gonna hit him in the ocean.
Wait, you would run in the ocean?
Absolutely, till he blows off 6 rounds. Hell yeah, I would.
Why wouldn't he hit you in the ocean? You really don't think he could? Just because the waves and the
Well,
water?
there's 1, so he's down to 5.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. But now he's got the low ground. So now he's a dummy. Now he
Yeah,
has to do what he
he's
says.
toast now, yeah.
It's like an idiot. He can't do anything now. But he's going to find out he's buried in there and he's like, go ahead, try and move. And he's going to find out that his lady's also buried on the same beach. And he's somehow got technology and electricity to cam her up. And that doesn't make sense to me. I know he's got like cameras and shit, but where is the
He's a
stuff?
millionaire.
Yeah.
Hey, Eli Roth, of course, ripped this off. This whole bury his head in the sand.
Oh yeah, the Keanu Reeves.
Keanu Reeves. Yeah.
That which the best thing that came out of that movie is the meme, dude.
Oh, yeah, it's classic, man.
With the foam. Yeah. Yeah. Keanu Reeves should have been in this. He wasn't around yet.
No, but I mean, the zombies, when they come back as zombies or whatever, they look pretty freaking sweet too. I mean, the effects in this are top notch. Of course, you have Rob Bottin that did the Crate.
Yeah, but I do like, when him and his lady come back as the zombies, it's cool. And I was thinking when I watched that, I'm like, I wonder what was going through Ted Danson's head when he's made to be in the zombie makeup and go like, let's go to the bed. Oh. He's like saying this stupid zombie stuff. And I have to remember, it's like, oh, this is right before he got Cheers. But I just feel like if this is a year later when Cheers is on, he'd be like, go fucking kick rocks. I'm not doing this shitty fucking zombie movie. Yeah, I actually like when he's got the crab next to him because it seems harmless enough. But yeah, dude, what if that crab pokes you in the eye, dude? Like,
oh, come on. It's a damn crab. You
it made
grab
me
with your
feel
mouth, dude.
it made me feel kind of scared. Like, what would it be like to be completely helpless? Like, you can't do anything. You're just a helpless head, dude. He could kick him. He could take a croquet
Just a
mallet.
water cockroach, dude. That's all a crab is.
No, you're thinking lobster.
Same thing.
No, so lobsters
They
are.
both have shells, dude.
Well, no, but a lobster is like basically an ocean insect. It has more in common with a cockroach, dude, than anything else, which is funny. It's gross. So I wonder if like a cockroach was big enough. Let's say it was a big cockroach, like Nightmare on Elm Street 4, and you could have like a big cockroach leg. Would it be just like a lot like lobster, dude? Like you could just like break it and like suck the meat out of it, dude.
Oh,
it's gross, you know.
Cockroaches like giant pus. I mean, they don't have like meat in them, do they? People
They're
eat
like
those.
The stuff that's in a cockroach is like a cat. It's like a Cadbury egg, dude.
Yeah.
It reminds me of a Cadbury egg, and I see that stuff in the Freddy too. When he
Mm-hmm.
I love that TV where it's just clearly an animation imposed on the television. Looks fucking cheesy as shit.
Well, it looked good back in the 80s.
I'm sure it didn't, but it fits because it's a big comic book. It's fine. It all works. But yeah.
That's right. You can hold your breath for a long time.
But I wonder, what was the plan? Like, would that really kill you? Like, could you really? Maybe you could hold your breath. Like, what if a big enough tide doesn't come? Because
you drown, man. Look at that. She's
but
stuck.
But I'm looking at the time gaps between the waves, and you would have enough time to breathe and do that all night long.
But
take a breath right now.
Oh, I'm sure the tide's going to go over your head here eventually, though.
Well, it's going to do it to Ted Danson. He's going to be underwater.
Yeah.
I wish I could remember what he said on how he did that effect, but I can't quite remember it. Let's see. He's intimidating as hell in this. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen is a peak in Something to Tide You Over. He's great. You think he had you know what's so funny is I think Ted Danson on that same podcast clarified and verified that he did have the fart machine on set of this. Because he always talk, the famous fart machine.
Oh, yeah.
He always bring it on Tonight Show and talk about the fart machine and he act like he's passing gas. And I think he even had it in this, which is funny because, anyway. Fun fact: Leslie Nielsen had a fart machine. Okay, here we go. Gamer guy beat me to it. Leslie Nielsen had a fart machine, and in between scenes would pull pranks with it. So I know he had it after this. He was known to carry that fart machine on other sets and after. But yeah, Ted Danson confirmed that he had it on this film too, which is hilarious. Can you imagine being in this serious movie with Leslie Nielsen, and then in between he's just like Leslie Nielsen? Oh,
That'd be so much fun, dude.
I remember, I think I got dragged to the Dollar Theater maybe to see Wrongfully Accused, dude. Remember, it was like The Fugitive. It was a spoof because
Oh yeah, yeah,
all
yeah,
he did was spoof movies after a while because
yeah.
obviously Airplane was.
Dracula Dead and Loving It.
I
Yeah.
went to the Dollar Theater to see that. So Airplane was a big spoof movie, and then he did Naked Gun, and then yeah, Dracula Dead and Loving It, Mel Brooks, and then I remember seeing that Dollar Theater, and I I didn't get it as a kid. I'm like, this is fucking stupid, and nobody was laughing. Like, and I remember the scene where he rose from his coffin, oh, and he hit his head on the chandelier. Oh, it's a stupid joke. He's like, oh, somebody should really move that chandelier, or maybe the coffin, or the chandelier, or the coffin, or the chandelier, or the coffin. I was just like, dude, I was a kid, and I'm like, I'm above this humor. Like, what is this? And but now I think I can appreciate it more. And then yeah, and then he did this movie called Wrongfully Accused, which is a spoof off of movies like The Fugitive. And he would always, it was so
What
funny.
else? What else did he do?
He would always do that cheesy thing where you say the title of the movie, and like they were lampooning that scene of the I don't care, I didn't kill my wife, and he's in the tunnel,
Oh yeah, I don't care. Yeah.
and they had him. He's like, I've been wrongfully accused. He just said it all the time. I've been wrongfully accused.
Uh,
He did Mr. Magoo, dude.
he
It's stupid.
he did. Of course, he's in Surf Ninjas.
Oh, it's a terrible movie.
And it's terrible. It's terrible, dude.
Todd was like, "Oh, it's great." I'm like, no, watch it. You
No,
watch
we did a
it.
commentary, and it was.
I know you were saying it was
awful.
good, and I watched it for the commentary. I'm like, oh no, you need to watch this because I used to like it too, and I'm like, this movie is terrible, really
Naked
bad.
Gun 33 and a third, which I actually like that one. Naked Gun 2.5.
Which is the one with? Which is the one with Anna Nicole Smith? I can't remember which. Is that 33 and a third?
I think that's 33 because that was 94. That was the one she was like really big. Yeah.
Yeah. Those really big fucking beach balls in her fucking
Yeah.
dress. Yeah, I don't think I've ever watched the first one. I've only watched 33 and a third.
Because Fred Ward was in the third one.
I've only ever watched 33 and a third. I like OJ Simpson's fucking touch spiking the baby, dude.
Oh,
He
yeah,
catches
yeah.
the baby in the mall and he's like spiking it. Yeah.
Didn't they do a scene where like it was like the Untouchables? Was that the scene where they're walking down the stairs where they're holding a baby carriage or something like
Oh
that?
yeah. And it fell, and then OJ went to catch it.
Yeah.
He's like Untouchables. And he's like going long football, and when he catches it, he spikes the ball at touchdown. He spikes the baby. It's so freaking funny, dude. And I had never seen Untouchables at that point. I grew up watching 33 and a third, and I never really understood the reference there. I didn't watch Untouchables until like a few years ago for the first time.
That was really popular in the 90s.
It's all right.
Yeah, it's not bad.
It's not great either. It's got some good actors and good performances, but it's all right. Let's see. Hold on. At one point, you see Leslie has a wall of tapes, and I think it's implied he enjoys filming, doing sadistic things. Yeah, when he's talking about how, like, oh, my maid is moving my stuff. He's like looking for his title. Yeah, so he's clearly, and he's possessive, right? He acts like the woman's just clearly a possession. So he's clearly into it. I love it. He looks straight in the camera. You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of Castor Troy in Face Off. He looks at the camera. I'm coming to get you, Remember when he's talking about it? Like where Castor Troy is inside Travolta's body. What does he say? He says something like not touchdown, but like checkmate or something. I don't remember what he fucking says.
Checkmate. Real quick, Leslie Nielsen was also in a movie that was in your grandfather's, VHS cabinet was Leslie Nielsen's Bad Golf Made Easier.
I don't think
you don't remember that?
Never seen.
It's just a 33-minute video, and I've seen it at every person's house in the 90s, dude.
I never heard of it. It probably doesn't have anything on Dorf Goes Fishing, dude. Do you guys remember Dorf Goes Fishing?
No.
You don't remember Dorf? Oh, yeah, they had those on infomercials all the time, and it's this dwarf guy, and maybe it was a comedian pretending to be a dwarf. I don't know, but it was supposed to be funny. Dwarf goes fishing, and he was a dwarf named Dwarf.
Dwarf
Dwarf,
goes fishing. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. It's kind of like Dwarf goes fishing. Yeah, I know what you're.
so
I didn't.
stupid, dude.
Yeah,
Anyway, and this is like public access. Probably this is probably just like exclusive to our region. But do you remember the Red Green Show?
yeah, yeah.
Was that was was
I
that
watched.
everywhere,
I
or was
watched
that
that
just
pretty recently.
just public access to our region, or was that
Yeah,
everywhere?
yeah. That
The
was.
red stupid. It's like Tool Time, dude.
I started watching Tool Time again
Oh,
because that. Yeah,
I've been binging it. Yeah, I've been binging. I'm on season 7.
I'm still on one.
Yeah, Matt Hunter. Hollywood loves to brainwash its consumers with the ultra rich people are uniquely evil and cruel while they strive to become ultra rich. It is really
Mhm.
funny. It is really interesting, but stupid.
Yeah, I was tempted to watch the Red Green Show. Maybe I'll have to re-watch some of those.
That's like the kind of shit you watch growing up and you don't ever acknowledge it or even talk to anybody about it, and you don't realize other people actually watch it, but you
Well, kind of
have
like
to,
Mr.
man.
Bean, you know,
Oh, Mr. Bean was huge though in England.
or Gallagher.
Mr. Bean they would show on PBS in America,
Yeah, Mr.
but
Gallagher.
my grandparents would watch Mr. Bean on PBS and they die laughing. They loved Mr.
Oh,
Bean.
it's hysterical.
Mr. Bean is hysterical.
Yeah.
But Red Green Show, I remember one kid in our high school was like, he was actually talking about the Red Green Show. I'm like, God, you watch that shit?
It is like a lame version of Tool Time.
Yeah, that's why Tool Time's great and Home Improvement. It's such a great concept, like the public access show. I love it.
Yeah.
Channel like 148 or wherever he's on. Like you have to have like a satellite dish back in the 90s, early night to watch it. Mutineer, he doesn't know where his girl is. Maybe he's got goons holding her. But no, what do you is this an old message? Maybe this is an old message, sorry.
Yeah.
Because clearly she's on that beach. I love the gurgling sound they add to Ted and Galen when they come back as zombies. Yeah, it's funny. It's
Hmm.
almost like a rotary effect. Welcome to it's all like Zoidberg, like a
Hmm.
little bit of a shaky thing. And he's about to get visited by Jacob Marley himself in a minute. Yeah, look at this dude. He's got
Nice setup, man.
I don't know, man. Like the nefarious things he has to be doing, because if he's that rich, I can understand having cameras all over your estates and stuff, but don't you have somebody else to watch that? If you have him in your own bedroom, he's like beating off to this stuff, dude.
Oh yeah,
He's like,
he's a
oh yeah,
yeah.
dancing. Oh, leave your mouth gaping for a moment again. Oh yeah, that's just long enough. You know what I mean? He's got long cords. Yeah, Leslie Nielsen, get in my hole. What's that fucking golf game they would always do on the game sack where they always like quote that stupid guy, like talking
Uh,
about the hole? You think you can get yours inside mine? They always have that guy pop up.
what's wrong with these guys? That one or
No, they always quote this like Sega Saturn like golf game.
oh okay.
And it's this guy that pops up on the screen. It's some old like fat pro golfer when they used to be fat and
Oh,
they
okay,
didn't
yeah.
have to do calisthenics back in the day.
Yeah.
But he's like, and he would he always say something really sexualist, like talking about the hole and the green. He's like, you think you can get yours inside mine? And they always like show that. It sounds really, really funny.
I haven't seen the game sack in forever.
Yeah. Saw your sack. Mutineer, see him drive up with those insanely long cords. Yeah, I know. But still. I think my favorite part of this is Leslie's hysterical laugh once he knows he's cooked. Yeah, I could hold my
Mhm.
breath for a long. It's funny. I actually think it's a very satisfying ending because it's not too dark. Like
Yeah.
almost like he accepts it or bring it on. Like he's not really scared. I think it's kind of cool. Why has
Leslie
he
is the
got
type
such
of
a
guy who doesn't wash his hair.
Why has he got such a ghetto shower stall, dude? This guy's so
Yeah.
rich. He's got a base model home shower stall. There's nothing fancy about it. I mean, I know it was 1982, but they still had nice. Look
The
at that.
water doesn't even reach your head, dude.
Like, look how that's like a Motel 6 shower. Look at
Yeah.
that shower head and everything. There's nothing cool about that. I thought you had money, bro. He's got that Epstein money and he's rocking that fucking Motel 6 shower. I can hold by the breath for a long time. Let's see. Oh, Mutineer. That's right. He was in Repossessed, the Exorcist spoof, dude.
I don't remember that.
Yeah, Repossessed, and it's like the Exorcist spoof, and he's like I think he's the Max von Sydow. It's got Linda Blair in it. She reprised her role as Pazuzu, the demon. I
1990. Let me look.
Yeah, I've never actually seen it outside of
Oh
clips.
yeah. Okay, I've never seen it. We should do that sometime.
Yeah,
It's a
maybe
horror comedy.
Mutineer. I think Red Green was Canadian, but put on PBS stations. Yeah, that's what I was wondering. Yeah, I think maybe but so he was on everybody else. I just want to just yeah, were the only people having to suffer through Red Green, or was he all over the country? Superior
Uh,
version of Tool Time, you
Back
mean?
when we didn't have cable or anything, we just had the
So Mutineer, where are you from, give or take? You don't have to tell us ever exactly, but so he did air outside of the Midwest. Superior version of Tool Time, dude. I love Tool Time.
Tool times.
I watched Tool Time and I'm like, dude, who's actually fucking? Does people watch this for actual tool tips? Like, cause he's like, yeah, he just blows up everything. Yeah, Ted Danson's got some DSLs as a zombie,
Yeah.
dude. He's got these crusty bub lips, dude.
Sound like a bunch of throat goats.
Yeah, why is he already so decrepit? He wouldn't look like that. He'd be bloated, I'm sure, but why does he already look zombified? You know, they look damn near like the fucking Father's Day zombie, and
Yeah.
they've been dead for 2 minutes, dude. But
Special effects look awesome, dude.
yeah, they're really cool. And all of Creepshow, like they love these Dutch angles, man. Like it really adds to it. And you never really get to see his lady outside of the TV screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she doesn't get any real FaceTime, which is unfortunate. And I don't understand why he let them put their hands on him. So he runs away. He runs away there, but then he's just gonna like let him get him. Like, I don't understand. They don't really have him cornered. Run around him. He's just like, oh, he lets himself get swarmed. That I understand. If they're fucking decrepit zombies, dude, just fucking beat him over the head with something.
Not how you would think. I mean,
I look at shit all the time in these movies, and I get it. Look, they're just appearing and stuff, but there's so many things you could grab, dude.
well, they're like zombie ghosts or something because they just
Why, why
appear.
why doesn't he go back out the door? He looks at it like it's locked. I'm like, you locked it from the inside, you dumbass. Just unlock it and leave. Look, why does he do that? Just leave.
Well, because if they appeared, so there must be some sort of like paranormal zombies or something.
I don't care. I would let him I would try and outrun it, man. I love this. Yeah, just going crazy.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And I love the shot. I love how cool that looks, man. The
Yeah.
purple, the fuchsia, the blue, and the lighting of the beach. It looks so cool. For a long time. Yeah, I love it. I would have liked to have seen what it was like when they were carrying him down there. So what were they like? One of the zombies had him by the ankles, and the other one had him by the fucking arms. Like, I want to see them like lugging him down there. You know what I mean? Like all the stuff that so stupid. Let's see. Oh, sorry. The odd choice of music after Nielsen delivers those lines seems out of place for the entire film. The whole thing's campy to me.
Yeah. The score is actually really good. I have the score on vinyl. It's excellent.
Yeah, so this is weird, man. I think the crate's cool, but I feel like it's so odd that it's so fucking long. It is 38 minutes long. It's the longest by a long, big margin, but yeah, so there's a crate that's got a weird monster that's not explained. You have Adrian Barbeau, who is looking pretty good in this movie, I gotta admit, even though the Joni fucking Cunningham haircut never did anything for me.
Oh yeah, she looks good in everything, dude.
But I don't like that fucking haircut she's got. It's
it's the 80s, man.
It's gross, dude. Fucking Aaron Moran, dude. Joni loves Chachi, man. Let's see. It was in the
Ed
Midwest.
Harris is in this one too, right?
Mutineer said he saw Red Green in the Midwest, so we still haven't debunked it. If it was it could have been a Midwest exclusive thing, regional thing. Creepshow is what you used to call a Walmart at 2 a.m. back when they were open for 24 hours. I don't get it. I believe me, I'm from the Midwest. I know all about Walmart at 2 a.m.
Absolutely.
I come from a town where there's literally
my dinner.
Dude, in Springfield, Missouri, there's really there's nothing to do. Like, especially at night. It was just great. It's perfect for me because I don't like to leave the house anyway, but it's like literally it's like you're bored. you stay. I was a night owl. I worked night shifts and I'd stay up till 4 in the morning every day and sleep till noon, wake up and go to work at like 2, rinse, repeat. So it's like, yeah, you're bored at 2 in the morning. You just go to Walmart, man. Cause like I didn't have such a backlog of stuff back then because I was more paycheck to paycheck, right? We didn't make that much money.
Yeah.
So, you get paid, I'd buy a new movie or maybe I'd buy a game or something. And so, you're bored. One of my favorite things used to be, I'm going to go to Walmart at 2 in the morning and buy a new movie to watch or
Yeah.
pick up a movie or buy a new game or something. I used to love that simple stuff. And I don't know. I don't really have that anymore because I get Walmart ever since the time period between 2002 and 2003 that shall not be named or however long it lasted. I hate that Walmart never came back to 24 hours.
Really?
No, in your area they did. They're not
I guess
24 hours.
not. Well, I usually go to bed pretty early.
Well, yeah, it's not such a factor for me anymore because I work a regular like 8 in the morning job or whatever. So there's no reason for me to go to Walmart at 2 in the morning. So
Yeah.
I guess I feel bad for the people that are now in their early 20s working cook jobs and waiter jobs that their hours are the nighttime hours
Yeah.
because it was such a godsend. But no, now they all close at like fucking 9 or 10.
Yeah, I used to go up there. Used to call me on the phone. You're buying like the giant subs or whatever.
Oh yeah,
Remember?
man. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
dude. I'm
But
telling you,
it's like 90% of it's bread, dude.
well, I would work. If I worked a standard night shift, sometimes I'd work from like the middle of the day, 12 to close. But if I worked like a 3 or 4 o'clock shift, I was working to close. We were getting out of there at fucking midnight, sometimes 1 o'clock. So, I'd come home and I'd play games and eat my dinner, and I'd watch fucking Nick at Night, and I would be up till 4 or 5, and I'd sleep till like noon or 1. And sometimes, so my scheduling was all askewed. So hell yeah, I'd go up to. I had a Walmart just right up the road from me. I'd walk. I'd get on foot, walk up to Walmart, and I'd buy a big sub at fucking 3 in the morning. I don't give a shit. And I'd buy a $5 DVD, dude, out of the bin.
Yeah, yeah.
And I'd buy whatever was the newest PlayStation 2 game, and I'd be like, all right, time to party. That was my Friday night. Not I never used to have the weekends off, but whatever my night before my day off was, my Friday night, dude, there was nothing like it. I just love that feeling of like, all right, I'm going to go to Walmart, buy a big ass sandwich, maybe some Hot Pockets, maybe a Totino's here or there. And then I'm going to buy, fucking Mountain Dew or whatever. Yeah. And just play games, man. Loved it. I miss it. I can't do that anymore. That's the only thing that sucks about getting old is it's kind of nice having a normal grown-up schedule, but because I never had that, because it's like it is nice to have the daytimes, because like, sometimes you got to run errands, but technically you could still do that. You just cuts into your sleep
Yeah.
or whatever. And just I don't know, man. I'm still a night owl.
I am too, but I can't eat after like 7 or 8 o'clock anymore.
You shouldn't. People shouldn't
Yeah.
do that. But what does it do to you? Like, what's the effect that has on you?
Like acid ingestion or something like I just can't do it. I have to digest my food before I like bed. So
Yeah, you should. The rule of thumb is you shouldn't eat 3 hours before you go to sleep anyway. So,
yeah.
but I'm just saying there was something so cool and
Hey, there's
free.
George Romero's wife.
Oh, did I miss her?
Oh, she's right there. Right
Oh,
next to Barbeau.
I love that dude. I
Yeah,
like all
I
these like
know.
fantasies he has. We've all been there. Come on, man. You want to blow someone's brains out? It's the old pussy, right? Ask like a beg for buttermilk.
Yeah.
I've had those fantasies, haven't you, dude?
Oh, absolutely.
I mean, maybe not blowing people's heads off, dude, but want to choke someone out every now and again, dude.
Knock their block off. Absolutely.
I swear he did like this is a regional thing. Playing to the back of the room here, Todd. Do you remember Tolbert, Beetle, and Musgrave? Those ads for that law firm in the local area.
I don't remember that one. No.
God, maybe that's Missouri. Maybe that's
I
after
think.
I moved.
Yeah.
Anyway, I swear to you, he did the ads. They got him as the hired actor.
Oh.
Him right there. I swear. And he was quite a bit older. I mean, maybe I'm wrong, but I fucking could swear it was him. Like called Tolbert, Beetle, and Musgrave. You remember Ollie Mae Webb, dude?
No.
That was your neck of the woods. Okay, never mind. I'll stop doing all these inside local commercials. Yeah, Adrian Barbeau plays a grade A bitch, and But she's great, man. When was what was the last thing she was in that was worth a damn?
Let
You
me
would
look it
think,
up.
isn't it funny how she's not like uh what's her fucking face?
Jamie Lee Curtis.
No, not Jamie Lee Curtis, but why can't I spit out her name? She was in the Forest Hills, E.T.'s mom. Come on, what's her name?
You're talking about.
Howling. I can't spit her name out. What's her name?
Uh,
E.T.'s mom. God,
you're talking about.
we're getting old, guys. Yeah, I know. It's like we know this bitch and we can't fucking spit her name out.
She's at every convention.
Yeah. Anyway, what the fuck is her name?
Dee Wallace.
D Wallace. God dang it. And I hate that. Now I have more of an understanding, dude. When I was younger, I'd hear older people like not remember, and
I can't remember any of
but I
these.
would think it's like, oh, like God, this guy doesn't even know that. What a fucking noob. Like, no, legit. Like your fucking shit just leaves your brain. I know who D Wallace is. We know who D Wallace is, but sometimes it's a matter of just losing the fucking. I can't get it. It's like dancing around. Anyway, you'd think Adrienne Barbeau would be like a D Wallace type, where she would still be working and just taking every fucking shit job and riding off of her status of. But she doesn't. She's like gone. Where is she?
She was in the Swamp Thing TV series.
That was a long time.
One episode.
God. Oh, all 35 years ago?
No, 2019.
Oh, the recent one?
Yeah.
There was a
She
recent
was
one?
in a Creepshow
The
couple
show.
episodes. Yeah.
Yeah.
2019.
Oh, wasn't Tom Atkins in the Creepshow TV show too?
I never watched it.
It's
I
not good.
couldn't tell
Dude,
you.
I only watched a couple episodes of the TV series. Did you guys watch that on Shudder? And I thought it was just not good. I was so disappointing. I'm like, what is this? I mean,
Voice work for the Spider-Man 2 video game.
oh, she did? All right. Well, that's something. So did the Chin. You know, Bruce Campbell did the narration for that, or like the tutorials or something. But yeah, it's possible the Creepshow series got better, but I didn't watch it past the first two episodes. It was really disappointing. Yeah, Walmart's been closing like at 11 p.m. ever since. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it closes. 11 p.m. is kind of generous too. So it depending on where you're at in the city. Like I notice, if you're in a part of your city where it's more of an older community, it'll close a little earlier. And we always had one in the ghetto part of town that it was never 24 hours. It was like the exception.
Yeah.
Like the real ghetto ones, like no, we're not staying open past fucking 10. Fuck all you guys.
Yeah.
Because that's when they come out. You know, they got to give you I mean, I don't know if you guys live in a big enough city to have this, but you've gone too far in where I'm from in Phoenix, like you're on the north side or whatever, where you have to get a manager to unlock a bathroom for you.
Which is crazy, dude. I was telling somebody this the other day when I worked at a grocery store. We used to tackle people that were stealing shit from the store. Like we were able to, like, as long as they were in the store, we can restrain them. So we were tackling them, we are fighting them. That was like a thing, and they actually let us do that, which is funny to think about nowadays.
Yeah,
Now they just let them leave.
You're not supposed to. Protocol is like just let them leave, call the cops.
No, but it wasn't like that. When it was a family-owned company that I worked for, they're like, we don't want our shit stolen, so do whatever you have to do.
Yeah, but I also
that was like back in like 2000.
I feel like in the older days too, it was just like, hey, fuck them up. There was less liability. People weren't suing as much. I don't know, but now it's just let it go. And places like Walmart and stuff like that with shoplifting and stuff, they all have appetites for loss. They all have like a budget they know they're going to lose every year. That's part of it too. But yeah, dude. So yeah, Walmart, you're right. They figured out how much money they saved, which I always wondered about that. It's like, I know they have so much money in so many locations that I always figured that they were just taking the loss on that because they can't be making money all the overnight hours, with the people but the thing is they have to have people stocking overnight anyway.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. They're loading trucks and
so there's people there anyway. And then when you would go there at like 2 a.m, I don't know. Like maybe they weren't because they have people there working anyway.
Well, they have self-checkouts now. So why?
And they have self-checkout, but they would have like maybe one person working.
Yeah.
Working a register. And then if you had to ask questions, it was always you would always be talking to somebody unloading pallets.
Yeah. They don't give a shit. Yeah.
It's like they're not turning the power down in the stores. The power is staying on. I actually don't know if they were really losing money. Yeah, they're not doing that much business overnights, but you'd have to imagine it's still worth it if they're just, there anyway.
Who knows?
You wouldn't need more than one cashier. I would think you
No,
do.
you would have one cashier for the U-scan and the
Yeah,
whatever.
and you could even argue that. Yeah, I just think it's stupid. I don't know why they didn't do that. But you're right. They have self checkout now, which they probably don't want because they need still have to have somebody on shift to watch it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I lost my shit one time at a Walmart doing self checkout, man, because I really was budgeted out. I was new here, dude. I didn't have a lot of money when I first moved out here, and I got cash back from a Walmart thing,
Hmm.
and I needed that money. I just got the job that I have now. I was brand new to it. In fact, you know what? No, actually, I think it was either my first day of training or it was my interview. I think it might have been my interview, but I needed this money real bad to pay something, and I fucking left the cash. I was so scatterbrained. I left it in the receptacle, like it
Hmm.
printed out, and then I left. But I remembered it right away. I walked back, like, holy shit, my money, and I walked right back in, and it was fucking gone. And it's gone. Whoever got it, got it. And I asked the person that's like watching it, but they're not watching it. They're fucking
Yeah,
talking to
yeah.
their friend or whatever. I'm like, hey, I left money here. It was like not even, I swear to you, 30 seconds ago. Like,
Hmm.
did you guys maybe grab it? They're like, no, I fucking lost it. I mean, I get it, it's my fault, but like, what the fuck, guys?
You
You
think
guys
they'd look at the security camera though and
but
see who took
but
it,
they're
right?
supposed to, like, after you're done, don't they go and, like, wipe them down and shit like I don't know. I was just mad. I was having a real bad day. I fucking took whatever it is I had in my hand. I fucking threw it across the fucking building. Yeah.
Oh,
That
you
was
did?
I lost my fucking shit. I was
Really?
I was like I was on the verge of, like, falling down.
Oh, no
Yeah.
shit.
Oh, I threw my fucking hand cart or no, they had a stack of hand carts. It wasn't my finest hour, but yeah, I fucking kicked a stack of hand carts over and I fucking threw some. I almost hit the bitch, which is bad. Very,
Mm,
very bad. It was not my
yeah.
finest hour, and I walked out. I just fucking stormed out. But had I stayed, they probably would have called the cops. But it wasn't a good moment for me. I was at a low period. Like I was so fucking stressed. And it was like this is so good that this happened to me. I'm glad I lost all that money. You know. And it was karma that like God, why couldn't people just be decent, dude?
Yeah,
That's Nobody's decent. Like if I saw, a few $100s or whatever it
a
is you got
wallet
out,
or something. Yeah,
okay, but
absolutely.
that was in the receptacle, I know I could take it.
Yeah,
You're
exactly.
probably gonna get away with it, but like, come on, dude, just fucking turn it
Well,
in.
I wouldn't feel right spending that money, you know?
Oh, you know what's so funny is I asked. That's why I lost my cool though, is because I was trying to say, hey, can I get camera footage? Can we just at least see? Can I see who went?
Yeah.
Yeah. And they weren't like, no, no. And actually, in second thought, I was thinking, like, why don't you did you take it, bitch?
Oh, I'm sure.
Like, did the fucking worker there take it? Because she was like giving me attitude, like what, and that's when I lost my cool. And then I wanted to speak to a manager. She's like, "Oh no, I'm in charge right now." Like fucking, and something happened. I had to get to my fucking job interview. Something
Mhm.
happened to where I had to fucking just say whatever. And yeah, bullshit, man. Now I'm mad. I
How
checked
much
Adrian.
money was it? Like 40 bucks?
No, it might have been a few $100.
Oh,
But I
shit.
was I did I'm telling you, I was just starting this job. I didn't have the money. I was like really
Yeah.
budgeted out. So it was shit. But I checked Adrian's IMDb and one of her most recent roles, yes, Spider-Man 2. She was in HBO's Carnival. Oh, okay, when it was on. Met
Mm,
her a few times at cons in '09 and 12. Total sweetheart. Okay, I never watched Carnival. But yeah, Adrian Barbeau's great, man.
yeah.
Uh Obviously the fog is
The
goaded.
fog is, yeah, amazing.
Yeah, I don't know what else I would put up there with the fog with her. I don't like Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing is shit, dude. I can't watch.
It's alright. It's not great, but
He's being nice. He's being really kind. I think Swamp Thing is trash, dude. She was also the voice of Catwoman and Batman. What? Oh, she was. You know what's so funny is yeah, you asked her about that and she lit up about it and told stories about how much. But you know what? I think I didn't realize that until the Blu-ray came out of the entire series. Like, what was that, 6 or 7 years ago? I don't remember. And as a kid, I'm watching that Batman the Animated Series, and I don't know who the fuck Adrian Barbeau is, back then. And then I was watching the credits on that Blu-ray, and I saw it, I think, and I was like, oh shit. Yeah, very cool. What a great show, man. I love that cartoon.
okay, she was, of course, in the fog. She was a Escape from New York. Cannonball Run, a Swamp Thing, The Thing. She was the chess computer voice. I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
Well, she was married to John Carpenter. She was still getting
Yeah,
those hand me outs.
Terror in the Isles. I don't know if I've ever seen that.
I like how
Back to School.
they Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah,
Why would anybody investigate, let alone like this fucking little pipsqueak? I would not be going in there, dude. You see even if you think he's crazy, dude, you see a trail of fucking blood.
I know.
Like I'm not going in there. I don't. Guy looks like Eddie Spaghetti, dude. And we have no idea. Did they say where this crate came from?
God, I don't even remember. What did they say?
Yeah, Ishmael. So I told that story before. He says, I remember that story where you left the money at the ATM. You left before it actually spat out. Yeah, tough deal there, but not. Yeah, that's what happened because normally I would hear it. So I left. I didn't hear it spit out. Maybe it was taking a second. I don't know, but yeah, whatever. I left. I bolted out of there because I had to be at an interview. I was scatterbrained, man, and yeah, whoever came up behind me or the fucking employee had a great time.
So it was delivered for the biology lab, I believe. The crate.
Yeah. What was I was gonna say something. Oh, you guys know what movie I watched? We were talking about it last week. I find it's National Lampoon's Senior Trip. I mentioned last week that I had watched that trailer a million times because it was on every like New Line Cinema home video back in the day. And I watched most of those movies and I had never seen it. I've seen the trailer a million times. They're playing the fucking same song from Dumb and Dumber in the trailer, everything. But I finally watched it. I'm like, wow, this movie sucks. I didn't laugh once, dude. My wife got mad at me for picking it. She gets mad at me sometimes, like I made the movie.
I see. I mean, it's probably needs to stay in the 90s, but I mean, I had fun with it growing
It's
up.
just not fun. It should be funny because the premise is hilarious. Like, oh yeah, you're like it's like a teen sex comedy on the road. It sounds great, but it's just none of the jokes really land. The funniest part about the movie is just Miyazaki, and that's just because he looks fucking silly as shit. Like he looks like he's missing a chromosome. If I can be terrible, but it's just the looks he gives, dude. When he's got the fucking Japanese girl's blonde wig on, he just looks ridiculous. And
Principal Todd is pretty funny, I think. I
I
mean,
I I love Matt Frewer. I love Tommy Chong. I don't know. They just don't all I could think about when I was watching that movie was, wow, whoever was paid money to make a trailer out of this, they deserve more of it because they did a great job because the trailer made it seem like it was a lot funnier.
I'm
It
trying to
just
see
did.
if that was a straight to video movie or not.
I don't think it was. No, it's New Line Cinema. They don't do it. It was theatrical.
No, it grossed about 4 million, 5 million.
Yeah. Oh yeah, not bad. That's fucking a bomb. That's abysmal. Look, Gamer Guy, yeah, directed by Alan Smithy. I warned you. And I didn't even notice that when I was the Alan Smithy tag, but it's not good. It's just none of it lands, dude. It's fucking terrible. I remember my wife rolled over 15 minutes into it, 20 minutes into it. She's like, she just went to bed and she fucking was mad at me. She gets mad at me when I pick the wrong movie. Like, sorry, like fuck. Like I gave it some glowing endorsement.
I don't think it's that bad. It's a time capsule.
I look, it's not a miserable watch or anything. It's just not funny at all. I mean, it's a 5 out of 10. I could sit and watch it. It's just not funny. Like
It's not Revenge of the Nerds. It's not High School High, which is hysterical.
I would be very scared to go back and watch that again because I
Really, we should do that sometime.
I fear I would go back to that and be like, yeah, this is not funny anymore.
Oh, John Loves is
I
hysterical.
love John Lovitz. He's great.
And you got your girl Tia Carrera.
It is what it is. Maybe I'll go back and watch it. We'll see. Little tag team.
Remember, he was like, didn't he end up getting it on with the cat or something like that? Like, no, yeah, go ahead.
So with this story, I have to say something. I find it weird. It's almost like we got two narratives here. So the first friend, the one who kind of looks like Christopher Lee, we're dealing with him first. Okay, the other guy, he hates his wife. He
Yeah.
calls his wife two different names, which I don't quite understand. Billy, and then she's got another name, and there's like a thing there. But we get it. He hates her wife. He imagines that he's killing her. Then the crate is the thing, and this guy is like dealing with, oh God, this girl died. Blah blah. Blah. Yeah, there's something in the crate, and it comes back to him, and he just wants to use the thing in the crate to kill his wife.
Yeah.
Now, is the thing about his friend true? Because he's telling a story to Adrian Barbeau on the phone just to lure her there. But is that all bullshit? Where he's like, oh, he's been, you know, having affairs or whatever with students, and was that just all bullshit?
I didn't think so, but maybe it is. I don't
Like
know.
just to get her there? Because I don't know, man. Like, why would they? If he had nothing on him, why would he go along with this and be like, yeah, we'll just play chess and we're silent? I'm like, no, dude, if a fucking creature and I had nothing to do with it, why would you
He
tell the authorities?
he thinks it's like the best way to kill his wife because he wouldn't
I
get
know, but
caught
why
for
would
it.
a
So
Christopher Lee dude? Why would that
yeah,
guy, if he was absolutely clean, why would he go along with any of that?
yeah.
And so that's why it makes me wonder, is like, is that true? The story he gave Adrian Barbeau, is it true? Obviously, he didn't kill a girl, but I don't know. I don't understand like why why did he put the Shirley Temple? What are you
he
supposed
he spiked him so he can write the note of the female student.
Wait, okay, so I missed that. So the I thought he wrote the note. Wait, so what?
Henry spikes Dexter's
Yeah.
drink, a
Uh-huh.
sleeping pill, writes a note stating that Dexter had supposedly assaulted a female student. This brings Billy rushing to Anderson Hall, where Henry has since cleaned up the bloody lab. So he's cleaning up the mess.
No shit, but why did he drug his friend? I guess I'm missing that. Why did he drug him? I know he drugged him and he wakes up conveniently when it's all done, but why did he I just thought maybe he put him out just to, don't worry, best friend will take care of it. Or I don't want you to be involved with what I'm doing to my wife, but I don't know. I don't really get it. He wrote the note for Adrian Barbeau, not like
Yeah,
a
that doesn't
girl.
make any sense.
I'm confused about that. Maybe because maybe he would have put a stop to it. I don't know. I don't understand. But he almost kind of comes at him with a threatening attitude, like when they're playing chess. Like I don't know. I kind of had trouble gauging. Like, is he going to kill him too, or was he testing him? Are you cool? I'm cool. Okay, let's play chess. I don't know. It's a little weird to me.
Yeah, no, there's a little plot holes in there.
Well, it's just not clear. Yeah, you know what I mean by that Joni Loves Chachi haircut, dude. I
Hey,
don't like it.
man, it's Adrian Barbeau.
I want to hold her upside down by her ankles and mop my floor with that hair, with that Brillo pad, dude.
Oh God, if you lived in the '80s, you'd love that haircut.
I wouldn't. And her bazongas aren't looking very bazonga in this movie. They've looked more impressive in other movies.
Oh
Maybe
God,
it's just what
yeah,
she's wearing. Oh, and Adrian Barbeau is in Two Evil Eyes, right?
yeah.
Which you don't like very
No,
much.
I don't.
I think it's fun. Let's see. I still think y'all should do Alan Smithy month and do Hellraiser Bloodline, The Birds 2, and Burn Hollywood Burn, an Ali Smithy film. Well, I want to do Hellraiser Blood. Actually, I'd love to do Hellraiser Bloodline.
Hmm?
God, you know what that makes me think? Do you ever like kind of get so far ahead? You have such a backlog, or maybe you want to watch a bunch of stuff, and sometimes stuff gets away from you because other stuff comes out, and then you forget
All
about
the
the rest.
time, all the time.
It's going to sound sacrilege, but I've never watched my Hellraiser 4K set.
Oh, you haven't?
I still haven't. I still haven't, and I kind of forgot about it. So I need to watch that Hellraiser Bloodline.
I didn't
Um,
watch Bloodline. I just
I
watched
got to
part
watch
one.
that work print. But yeah, I would love to do Bloodline. I think Bloodline's, you know,
So it's the Hellraiser Bloodline work print
yeah.
is in there. Is that restored, remastered, or what?
I don't know if it's remastered, restored. I don't know the extent of it, but I do want to watch him. So I think and I have to watch them in order. I think when I first got it, I had just recently watched Hellraiser 1. I'm like, and I didn't want to skip it because I feel like I had to watch this whole set and I wanted to watch them in order, but I wasn't feeling like watching Hellraiser 1 right away. I think
Yeah.
that's what it was. And now I think I'm in the mood. I can have a marathon and watch 1, 2, 3, and 4.
Yeah.
I had a shit taste in my mouth from watching that Hulu one too. Like at the time, like
That's right when it came out, it seems like. Yeah.
yeah, like all at the same time, probably marketing stuff. But and I think that's getting a 4K release now, but I would never buy it.
Oh, hell no.
I just
What about
it wasn't.
Inferno or any of the other ones? No.
No, they're not really Hellraiser movies, if you ask me.
Yeah.
They're just bullshit movies where they inject Pinhead in it for 2 seconds.
Yeah, it's
You
like
know,
the Amityville movies.
if it was cheap enough and it was a cheap enough like box set, like a Blu-ray set or something, maybe I would. Just like the Amityville. Like, like maybe that's the thing for Vinegar. Vinegar Syndrome can put out all the shitty Hellraiser
Oh,
movies.
that's when I got the Amityville movies because they're dirt cheap. They're like $10.
But did you get that box set with like Dollhouse and 4 and
I don't have a box for it, but
oh, you got them individually?
I got them individually. Yeah.
Do they still sell those?
I don't know.
Because I would like to own. I have a soft spot for the TV movie 4 Evil Escapes, the Patty Duke.
Yeah.
We always owned that as a kid.
We talk about that quite a bit. We should probably just do a commentary on it.
I would love to do the evil with the haunted lamp, dude.
Yeah.
It's fucking stupid. It's like the leg lamp on Christmas Story. It's like, oh, Dad's in the lamp. It's so dumb, dude.
Maybe we'll have to do that for members down the road or
straight to TV sequel month, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, Psycho 4 straight to TV sequel.
Oh, Psycho 4 is great though.
Psycho 4 is great. Mommy's Flower Water. R.I.P. Norma Bates. She died. Mommy's Flower Water. Anyway, I like how it changes protagonists. It feels more realistic somehow. Yeah, it's weird. It does this weird shift. It's almost like they kind of fake you out thinking his friend's gonna have a bigger role, but he kind of doesn't. I don't know. He's a dirtbag, dude. If he's a real man, he would fucking just handle his wife himself, dude. He wants to do it. Why does he feel like he's got to push her underneath some stairs?
Well, he is the janitor.
Well, I guess that would be I guess no, it would make sense why he wanted to do it like that because he can cover it up and blame the beast. But he doesn't want to tell anybody about the beast because they throw the fucking crate into the fucking river or so that doesn't logic either with me. So it's like if you were just gonna just kill your wife and then mop up the blood and then fucking dump her, or is he just not a man enough to actually fucking do it? I think that's what it is implying because he's got no spine. He just she just she just treats him like shit all the time.
He has no wobbles.
He has no backbone. And so maybe that's it. He's just not brave enough to do it. But he's brave enough to fucking push her under some stairs, which is hilarious. That on the other hand, the men's haircuts, that whole fucking Charles Bronson dude that he's got, that was all the rage back then, dude.
Oh, I would kill to have that hair. I'd kill to have the Leslie Nielsen haircut with the silver fox look, man. That's cool right there.
Yeah, the Christopher Lee dude. His name is Fritz Weaver. Yeah, I was just calling him Christopher Lee guy. I couldn't think of his name. Also in Tales from the Dark Side, Inside the Closet. Hate to be a Star Wars kid, but wait. But all you need is Hellraiser 1 and 2. Look, hate to be a Star Wars dude, legit. I don't even like 2. I've been on record.
Crazy.
I don't think you need to. It's not that 2 is offensive. It's not that 2 is a bad movie. It's pointless. It degrades what the first one did. I just don't like more is more. And that's what Hellraiser 2 did for me. So in my opinion, the only one that really matters is the original. I would say I like 2, but it's just I like 3. I think it's fun. Kind of like in a way that like Nightmare on Elm Street 3 is fun. It's just
3 is not bad. I mean, it's not great, but
because they were trying to make Pinhead a Freddy by that point. They wanted to make him an actual star. He's got screen time. He's all over the movie. He's saying a bunch of one-liners. And in the Cenobites are getting ridiculous. You have like the disc man, the disc Cenobite with the CD mouth, dude. Comes out of it's so stupid. But I have a soft spot for it because it's just a cheesy after hours movie. And I have a soft spot for Bloodlines too. I think it's fun. But they don't ultimately mean anything. And I would say The only thing that puts 2 so low for me is because it's so connected to the first one. Now, if they were pulling their shit, but they didn't include Kirsty and all that stuff and Frank Cotton, and it wasn't a direct continuation of the first one, but they still like went to hell, it would be a very interesting movie, and I would at least like it like I like 3 or 4, because think about it, there's no other movie where they actually go to hell. That's the only one where they actually go to hell.
Well, and that's why you don't like it, because you see hell and you don't like hell.
I don't like it. I'm sound like Jerry Seinfeld. I don't like it. I don't like hell.
That's not what hell would look like.
Come on. Yeah, it's like they just don't have AC.
What's the deal with hell? Why is it so hot?
I always say this, but it's like it doesn't look that bad. I watch it. I'm like, yeah, it doesn't look that bad. Uncle Frank is Frank Cotton is in there, and it just looks like the AC's down a little low, and he's like sweating a little bit, but he's got like all the time in the world to sleep, dude, and beat his meat. What? I mean, come on, who cares? I mean, I want some big deal. It's not a big deal. He must have some spine. He gets close to that beast box. Yeah, that's exactly what I was thinking, Mutineer. It's like he doesn't have the balls to do this to his wife, but he's getting within arm's reach of that monster, man. It just doesn't make sense. But I don't know, man. I love it. I love the change to the blue and the red. It's very Argento, and they always do that in all of them. I like this Harry and the Hendersons looking monster. It looks stupid, dude. It's just like this monkey man.
Yeah.
It's just it's kind of iconic. I get it.
Cool though. I mean, you got the razor teeth and everything. Yeah.
It's neat, but I don't that's the best they could do, like a monkey
funny.
man.
Yeah.
It is funny. It's just like it's just interesting.
Speaking of Monkey Man, are you gonna see the Monkey movie or whatever, this new Stephen King adaptation that just came out?
Oh, the monkey, dude.
Yeah.
No, it was like Stephen King's trying to do like a superior Monkey Shines, dude.
Ugh.
I don't know. I
wouldn't take much.
Osgood Perkins is cool, and we both like Long Legs. He's doing this.
Yeah,
so maybe it's good. I'll give it a shot. I mean, when it comes, I'm not gonna go see it probably,
I'm
but
not either.
when it comes to streaming, it'll probably be on HBO or whatever. I'll for sure watch it, just like Long Legs or whatever. And it's starring some guy that's like not James Franco, but he looks like James Franco. When I saw the trailers, it's like, is James Franco not canceled anymore? But it's not James Franco. It's a guy that looks like James
Whatever
Franco.
happened to James Franco? Did he get thrown in jail?
No, he got canceled. He just because
who was I thinking got thrown in jail?
He didn't do anything illegal. He just did scummy stuff because he opened his acting school. And
Masterson.
Yeah, Danny Masterson got put away for multiple counts of grape, dude.
Yeah,
he's gone, dude. He's somebody's girlfriend right now, man.
He's Bubba's girlfriend.
Jeez Louise, dude. He's getting pounded by a few dudes that look a lot like Kimbo Slice right now, dude. It's not a place I want to be. It's like, he's about to become Kimbo Slice. He's about to somebody's Kimbo's wife, dude. Kimbo wife. Also, quick weird connection. In the book version of The Dark Half, that weird professor he goes to get info from is supposed to be Hal Holbrook's character from this film instead of that woman. Oh, what?
Huh.
Instead of the woman he goes to see in the film. Really? That is a weird connection.
What was your thoughts on The Dark Half, Aaron? Did you like it?
I don't. We talked about this in the tier list last
I thought you said you liked one of the segments, but you didn't tell me. Because wasn't the Argento and the Romero one?
That's Two Evil Eyes, dude. The Dark Half is Timothy Hutton.
Oh God,
that's the George Romero.
I always get those mixed up.
Yeah, Dark Half is not good. And yeah, I've told you about Two Evil Eyes. I like Two Evil Eyes. I think
that's the one you like, Two Evil Eyes.
And that one's interesting because that one strays from the traditional formula. It has 2 films instead of 3. Yeah. Right? Or has it got 3?
It's got 2.
Yeah, she's got the 2. Argento, and it's got the
Two Evil Eyes.
Yeah, Two Evil Eyes. Yeah, I like them both. I think the first one's the mortuary, the guy that comes back to life. That one's good. That Adrian Barbeau.
Yeah.
And the second one's the rats in the walls.
Yeah.
I think they're both. I think the Argento ones with the rats is a little better. I would say it gets the edge, but I think it's totally fine. I mean, I don't know why you don't like it so much.
No, this segment's too long, I think.
No, it is. Like it's just there's such an unevenness about it. Like I'm serious. Like I think the first one's 18 minutes, the second one's 13 minutes, and then you have fucking 24, 25 minutes, then you have 38 damn minutes. And then the
No
last one
way.
ends,
No.
then the last one's like 14, 15 minutes. It's like it's just it needed to be trimmed, dude. It just
Yeah.
it feels really out of whack. And
Yeah.
like, you know what I mean? Like it really slows it
The
down.
flow isn't there.
No, it ruins it. I feel
Yeah.
like and if they were gonna have their 2 bigger episode, I think they should have put the book ended them. They should have opened with Leslie Nielsen, the 24, 25-minute one, and closed with this one. And that's also what hurts the last one so much is because you sat through this one that's almost 40 minutes long, and then we're kind of going back to Stephen King territory where it's a guy in a room for 13 minutes, and it just
No, I totally get where you're coming from though,
it
because you
just
have the
kind of
shorter ones in the middle.
it
Yeah.
ends on a limp dick. It makes it look not as good. Like I think it would. I think the last one would play better if it was in the middle somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I feel like let's see, because
This is Mutineer's favorite out of all.
yeah, or put one of the bigger ones in the second spot and one of them in the fourth spot and break up the monotony with Stephen King right in the middle. Something to palate cleanse and
Yeah.
make it balanced. It's just because you have the 2 longest ones back to back.
Yeah. Yeah.
It just feels weird. You know what I mean? Oh, the Mutineer says it's his favorite.
Mm.
I I think depending on who you ask, it's probably the most iconic. Probably. I always think
Yeah.
of Stephen King, but yeah. So they're playing chess. They're like, I got you, bro. I got your back. And the fucking monkey man's alive. How did it get
Here
out
he
now?
comes.
That's kind of
Yeah.
a tacky ending. Like it's just like, oh, he's back. The sequel, but how did it get out then? And how long was he in that water? Felt like how much time had passed. Was it like he breathed
Well,
for
it's
like
got to
an
be
hour?
hours to days, you would think.
All right. It is maybe too long for a real Tales from the Crypt style story, though. Yeah, I mean, well, yeah, because Tales from the Crypt is. Oh, correct me if I'm wrong. Tales from the Crypt, was that an hour show or a 30-minute show? I can't remember. That's an hour, right? Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah.
because Tales from the Dark Side was a 30-minute show. So those end up being like 22 minutes. And then Tales from the Crypt. Tales from the Crypt, I guess that's probably closer to Tales from the Crypt length. But
Which, man, I still need to plow through that box set. I've slowly but surely been watching.
yeah, I watched about. So is this supposed to be like a penthouse? Because it looks like a psych ward. I know you said it is a hospital, but it looks like he's got a
Well,
ring
they're
light.
supposed they're
Dude,
they're-
my boy's about to do a makeup tutorial, dude, on TikTok. He's got like a ring light.
they wanted to do it in a penthouse, but they ended up having to use a
But it's supposed to be a
hospital.
penthouse.
Yeah,
Why does he look like he's, I don't know, 2001: A Space Odyssey with
I
that
have no
command
idea.
center? Yeah, I think I found it. I think I found it kind of hard to understand who this guy was and what he's supposed to be because the set is so weird. It's like, why is everything the white walls? The only thing
Yeah.
that has walls like this is shit like 2001 or it's a porn,
Mm-hmm.
right? They're filming it in some fucking house with white walls everywhere. I don't know.
Love that haircut, man. Looks like Doc.
Well, the comics were very short series that you gotta love. Yeah. Did they? And they couldn't have burned. They didn't burn through all the comics on Tales from the Crypt, did they?
I wouldn't think so.
I don't. Why did they ever like think about? Maybe it's like tied up in rights. Of course, that's why it's not on HBO because they don't own their IP. But why did they? You think they ever tried to maybe resurrect that?
Tales from the Crypt.
Even if they had to come up with unique stories or something like that. I mean, why wouldn't they want to bring that? They brought back.
They brought Creepshow. I mean, they started that.
They brought back Creepshow. They also brought back what's it called? Twilight Zone, right? With Jordan Peele.
Are they bringing back X-Files for a new season? I think I see that somewhere.
Again?
I don't know if that was fake. I don't know. it was one of the Facebook clickbait things. So let me look.
Yeah, I heard the rights are all messed up, but I don't know. I would actually settle if they just put the series out on Blu-ray. I'd like an upgrade. Yeah, he's like a Howard Hughes-esque germaphobe billionaire. Okay, I mean I could see that. What's the moral of this one? Don't be like that because you'll get attacked by bugs. I don't really get it. Because clearly the bugs aren't really there, right? Or but they are there. Because don't they like play with it like he's imagining it sometimes, right? But then they're clearly coming out of his fucking head at the end of the
Yeah, they're
movie.
coming out everywhere.
So I don't know. That part's really, really cool, but
Screen Rant, X Files reboot confirmation.
why do they keep bringing back X Files? Because didn't that come back like a handful of years ago and they had Netflix or
Yeah,
something?
well, they only, I think they only did like half of a season or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's weird. I mean, just when that came back, did they air it on Fox or was it Netflix? I think they made
Fox,
it. And then okay, did they
2017.
did they acknowledge Robert Patrick's time on the show? Like, or they just ignored it? Like they just acted like that never happened, after Dave Duchovny left the
No,
show.
I don't think they
I've never
acknowledged it.
watched X Files. I've been open about that.
Oh,
I
really?
you act surprised, and I've told you this a million times. And you always say that. Oh, really? I've told you that a million times, dude.
You would love the show, dude.
I'm sure I would. It's right up my alley, but for some reason I never watched it. There might have been like the odd episode or two I saw over the years. Like I remember the one with Michael Berryman. There's one Michael Berryman was like, I just want to go to heaven, and he kills himself. But my dad really liked it. But
Is
I don't
that
know why.
on that? So that should be on Disney Plus.
It
So
should be.
you should watch that. The
You know
wife would
what?
probably like it
You
too.
know what's interesting is
Start with that first episode.
what's interesting is it hurts me to say it, but if you had to ask me, the best streamer technically right now is Disney Plus
I agree.
because it's the only one that doesn't make you watch ads.
I know. I know.
It's like, oh, everything you got to watch ads now, so I can actually watch Tool Time and not have to watch ads.
Mm-hmm.
Like everything the shit I pay for, I got to watch ads now. And Disney is still like you don't have to. And now that they've got all their Fox stuff and it's pretty fleshed out, it's Hulu basically. It's like
I
because
don't even have Hulu. I
but
mean,
you don't need it
no.
because it's in Disney. It's combined. If you're paying for Hulu separate, you're ripping yourself off.
No, I don't pay for Hulu.
But I'm saying you have Hulu in Disney Plus. It's
Oh,
Hulu.
okay. Okay.
They just combine it. So like you could search Kardashians, right, which is a Hulu series. It'll come up on on Disney. It's all there. So yeah. Anyway, it's technically the best of them, which I hate to say. And they finally added Angels in the Outfield this year. Took them fucking forever. He doesn't see people as people; they are bugs. So the bugs squish him. I think that's pretty much the moral. Gotcha. And I think this one always suffers from being the last one. Like I said, after following the last two, like when I rewatched it last night, I had gotten home from a concert and I was fucking so tired. And I remembered I had to get this watched, and I didn't think I was gonna have time today, and I didn't because we had like baby appointments and all kinds of stuff today. So I watched it last night, and by the time I was on this one, dude, I was struggling to keep my eyes open because it's like I think I was up to like 3 a.m. trying to finish this. And yeah, after watching The Crate, man, it's just too long. It feels weird. It's like watching the headliner first and the opening act plays after, and you're just kind of checked out. I don't
I
know.
mean, yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's cool. I mean, it's not terrible. I mean, of course, he's a germaphobe and everything, and I kind of, I mean, I'm not a germaphobe, but I mean, I know people that are like that. And I just
No,
think it's kind of a cool little story, but
it's
yeah,
cool.
it's not.
It just should have been in the middle.
Yeah, absolutely,
It just should have been in the middle.
absolutely.
E.G. Marshall's greatness, though. Yeah, he's great. Great actor. Nothing to knock him there. I mean, at all. I don't like looking at this shit because like I have a bad history, dude. I'm scarred by cockroaches when I was a little kid, dude. I remember like looking at my brothers, dude. I remember like waking up in the middle of the night, and we were poor. Dude, we were sleeping on the fucking floor. We had no beds. we were sleeping on the floor in like some beat down fucking Memphis, Tennessee trailer, and there's like cockroaches. I remember like waking up and vividly seeing my brother. We're like probably got like shorts on and nothing else because it's hot. Probably didn't have any AC or anything, and cockroaches crawling on him in his sleep, dude. So it's like when I see this, I'm like, oh,
It's kind of like rats were crawling on me,
that's funny.
stepping on them, dude.
Oh yeah,
You hear their bones crack.
and you crush one. So what did you
Yeah.
when you crushed a rat under your foot? Did you what do? Do you turn the light on and like scoop it up and throw it out, or you
Mhm.
wait till the morning?
No, I turn the light on. Well, at first I hear the crunch. I hear his bones crack.
Dude,
So then I turn the light on. I grabbed him by the tail, dude, and I just opened up my back door and just threw him out in the yard.
your bare hand, dude. Was it
Yeah.
still alive, like suffering?
No, I was dead, dude. It
You
was
you killed it once.
one step, dude.
Oh, it's
Yeah.
fucking terrible, man.
Yeah.
I feel bad. So wait, do you instantly? So then you go to bed or you go wash your hands? You wash your
Oh, I
foot?
go wash my hands,
You
dude.
wash your foot?
Oh yeah, yeah.
We barefoot?
Yeah. Yeah, I was barefoot.
You put your fucking foot in the sink or you put like in the bathtub and
Yeah.
scrub that
I
bitch?
was in the bathtub, yeah.
I would have had to take a whole damn shower. I'm like, I gotta get that shit off me.
Yeah.
My
It was
dad stepped
pretty
on
nasty.
we had a field mouse in the house once, and this wasn't that long ago. This was probably like when I was 16 when we first moved to Missouri. This is the first house and then like they had a field mouse and it was going through the garage, the kitchen. It like lived in the kitchen. And my dad used to just hang out in the kitchen and stuff after work and talk and smoking in the garage or whatever, and listen to music. And he was just barefoot cooking something or whatever, and it ran by and he just stepped on purpose. He caught it. He got it. He fucking stomped on it. He didn't even think twice about it. He's like, it was just like reflex. I wanted to get that guy. And he crushed the fucking I'm like, that's so fucking disgusting, dude.
Oh, they used to be in our walls all the time too, and I think they crawled up to the drain, like the garage.
Oh, dude, it's like when he pours the cereal and the roaches come out.
Oh
Dude,
yeah.
I'm scared, dude. I am fucking scared. I'm
Oh,
telling you.
I've done that. I poured out cereal and a huge ass like wolf spider was in there, dude.
Oh,
Scared the shit out of me, dude. Yeah.
I
And
remember.
this wasn't my second helping. So like I've been eating the cereal and then like I pour more cereal
Yeah,
into the bowl and I see a wolf spider, dude.
you're gonna be dead like the Mimi from Drew Carey's show on Arachnophobia, eating the popcorn, spiders
Yes.
gonna come out of her nose, dude. With a raisin bran, dude.
Oh,
I, I've been there. I've been there. You're like your house is infested or whatever,
yeah.
and you're like going to get cereal or going to get a Pop Tart. You're a little fucking kid, and there's fucking roaches and everything,
Yeah.
and you just kind of deal with it. Like, well, it's this or no eating.
Yep,
Like,
yep.
well, they're not in the Pop Tart bag. I was open.
You get used to it.
They're just surrounding the popcorn foil, the Pop Tart foil. It's fucking gross, dude. And
I know.
they used to go kamikaze. They'd be on your ceiling, dude. And I remember like watching fucking Eureka's Castle, eating like a bowl of poor man's spaghetti because we were poor, and like it would go kamikaze and airdrop into your
Mm.
fucking spaghetti. Like, oh,
Now I hire a company that comes out like 4 or 5 times a year and sprays for bugs. And if I see a bug, I call them up. Get your ass
no,
out here.
I do that once a year. I mean, I don't
No,
call.
they come like 4 or 5 times a year every season.
Nope. I just do before this when the summer's about to start because for like scorpions and stuff.
Mm,
Uh and I usually know I know it's time to spray because when it's cricket season, when I start hearing the crickets and I
mhm.
see a cricket in my garage, I'm like, all right, because that's like scorpion food. That's the pest food. So you want to get rid of
Yeah.
the crickets. And they'll try and get you on that monthly plan. We'll come out here every month. We're like, why? No. I just I see something, I spray that same time of year, and I would call them again if I saw something else, but I don't usually do it. Bet not. If I saw a fucking scorpion tomorrow, I'll be calling their ass.
Well, you just have
Like,
scorpions though. You don't have like centipedes. You don't have all like a million different bugs like they do here in the Midwest.
scorpions fucking suck though, but I don't see them out over my house, so I'm good,
Yeah.
But dude, cockroaches is the fucking worst, dude. And I just don't think. I think once you got them, dude. I mean, I know you could fumigate, bug bomb. You might as well fucking start over, burn that house down,
Yep.
and like there's nothing creepier. That's why this fucks with me because
Oh
there's
yeah.
nothing worse than an infestation. Just something. The concept of infestation is just
Ooh.
so fucking gross, dude. And I had a reminder. I had an old stereo that I had all the way into Missouri that got passed down to me that had been in the family for fucking years, and it still had a fucking dead cockroach inside the display, you know, where it says like the track number and shit like that. It was inside. It had gotten in the electronics. So I
Oh
could
my
tap the glass.
god,
It was
dude.
like fossilized in there, dude. And I had it all
Oh,
the way. I had this shit all the way up until I was like 16.
oh my god. That is
Yeah,
crazy.
but it was old. It was just old. It was there from fucking I don't know how many years, but it was stuck in there. And the stereo was awesome, but there was a fucking cockroach
Why
inside
why
the fucking digital
why'd you
display.
take a screwdriver and pop that out, dude?
I don't know if I could have. It was like in the digital display, like the glass behind the glass part.
Well, the cockroach got in there, so you should be able to get in there.
Ugh, cockroaches are gonna get me
I don't think
tonight.
they made it like that.
I don't know, man. It's a fucking antique now, dude. Sell that to Antique Roadshow.
Yeah.
Like there's a cockroach in here. It's from the Renaissance period. The scorpions show up at your place area and animal magnetism starts playing. The scorpions, like the strip scene from The Wrestler. Hell yeah, dude. I love that. I would like it if fucking Klaus Meine showed up, dude. I had an infestation of that kind of scorpions, dude. I'm eating spaghetti, dude, and fucking Rudolph Schenker falls from the ceiling. Played Rocky like a hurricane, dude. How come there was never a band called the Cockroaches, dude? There's like the Beatles, dude, and all kinds of stuff. Like the Roaches. It's fucking gross, dude. I knew a guy named Andy Roach, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I'd have to change my fucking last name.
They used to call me Roach back in elementary school at one
Why?
point, but
Because you had roaches in your backpack, right? You came to school and you opened your bag and roaches came out like, ah!
that
Not
and
roaches.
and they always made fun of the Kmart shoes that I always wore. Called me a Kmart kid, dude.
Oh no, because you are a fucking Kmart kid. You're wearing you're wearing the what were the Kmart Route 66, dude?
Yeah, Route 66.
What was the
And then
wasn't it like
Shaq.
Arrowhead, dude?
Force. Wasn't a Force.
And one? What are you talking about? And
Um,
one wasn't Kmart.
I thought it
Where
was called Force. I mean, like
I don't know.
Kmart.
Where's all our Kmart kids? How many of you guys were Kmart kids out there? Kmart was the place like my mom went to because they had layaway.
Yep.
She would just like put shit on a layaway all the time, which was a really cool thing. I mean, it's antiquated now, but it's kind of cool. Like you could put hard to get shit on layaway. Like you can get a Tickle Me Elmo and fucking get it on layaway, and you got that sucker like secured in the bag.
How long can you put it on? Like, you got to make payments on it every month or what?
Yeah, it's just like you call dibs on. You don't get to take it home.
Yeah.
It's just like you call dibs, like, hey, I want to make sure I get this for Christmas. And yeah, you put a whole bunch of stuff on layaway. The layaway department was always in the back of the store. And yeah, you just have to make payments on it every month to keep it. And you're making payments toward it, but you have dibs on it, which is great. And it really didn't matter if you were like trying to get something for Christmas. I mean, who cares? You're paying off to Christmas. So it was pretty cool system, but
Popular shoe. So they sold Tracks. Do you remember Tracks shoes?
No, I don't remember that. Okay, look, they're coming out of his head. This is the coolest part of the whole thing. And this is the heebie-jeebies. That's so fucking gnarly because that's what you're dreaming about as a kid. If you live in a cockroach
popping out of your chest.
Yeah, you just it's fucking terrible. It's like all those urban legends you'd hear too. Like I remember they were saying that I remember in school, maybe it was that somebody was saying it's like, yeah, there's a school where there was a girl that was, on the volleyball team and she had a cyst and the volleyball hit her on the head where she had a cyst. And then when it hit her, spiders came out like a spider had laid eggs.
Oh, yeah.
But I don't know if that's true. I think it was like a fucking urban legend. And it's just the most disgusting thing.
I'm going to say that's happened before.
I guess it really all was in his head. That's a good one. Yeah. Oh, funny. Can you imagine? Dude, I used to have like a nightmare. I always wanted to hit a pinata, dude, because I never got a birthday party. I'm like, I want to hit a pinata. And I had a dream I'd hit a pinata and cockroaches came out of it. Fucking terrible.
Tom Savini.
Yeah. They're picking up the trash. Tom Atkins, he threw away the dirty magazine, the fucking Creepshow. And I think it's clever though. When they're like, oh, let's send away for this. Oh, somebody already redeemed it. The voodoo doll. It's cool. I'm glad. And then Joe King's gonna have the voodoo doll, and he's gonna fucking straight up murder. Which what does that say? Tom was right. You can't be having this filth because clearly it polluted his brain, dude. Because he murdered his dad. because the creep came and visited him, dude. When the creep
Is
came
that
and
Joe Pilato
I don't fucking know.
from Day of the Dead?
Is it? It does look like him, doesn't it? That looks like him with longer hair, with a wig or something. It could be. I need him to turn around and look at his face on. I'm just looking at his profile. I want to hear Chucky in the back of that fucking that dump truck, dude. Don't you love that in Chuck when he's in the fucking dump truck?
Oh yeah.
Where you at, kid? Where you at? I love that, dude. Yeah, so he's about to get his. He has it coming, man. What a piece of shit, dude. He looks weird. He needs a mustache, dude. He looks
Yeah,
like
he
he
needs a
looks
stash.
he looks like a testicle without it. I don't think
Yeah.
it's a good look. No one should. Oh, no one should have an upper lip that big, dude. That's specifically for having a mustache. Speaking of large upper lips, I mean, look at it. So does Joe Hill. Look at his he's got the King. He's got the Stephen King like distance, like the Simpsons.
Oh yeah,
The
yeah,
nose, the
yeah.
lip.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, those guys have to have mustaches, dude. I think it's a great ending, super sadistic, and it's a kid. It's a kid killing his dad. It's just so brutal, man. Yeah, I know what you said about the CDI. It does look like Philip CDI Zelda those animations. It's really cool though,
It's
man.
cool animations. I like it.
Tom Grossi has been streaming for almost a week for charity and 1 million subscribers at the present time. Who's Tom Grossi?
I have no idea.
I don't know who that is. What's the charity though? That's good. Good for him. But anyway, great flick. I love Creepshow. And but yeah, I'm gonna watch Creepshow 2 either tonight or tomorrow. And while I believe it that maybe once I watch it again back to back, maybe the highs, maybe they don't get quite so highs as the highs here. But I deduct a point for how uneven this one is
Yeah,
and blow.
lopsided. Yeah.
It's just so that's probably going to make me award a point to 2 because it's more balanced. Probably it's got to feel more balanced. It's only got the 3 stories. They're probably an even amount of time, so we'll see. We'll have to tell you. I'll give you my full report on like which one because I've never watched them back to back like this. Should we do Creepshow 3?
No, hell no.
Have you watched that?
No, I haven't watched that. I remember when that came out in Blockbuster, and
And that's like
that's
that's
who
the guy.
directed that.
That's the guys that own Return of the Living Dead that are beating
Yeah,
it to the ground.
yeah, yeah,
It's the same assholes, right?
yeah.
Yeah. Mutineer says no. Yeah, I don't want to do it. Anyway, guys, I think we're going to wrap up here. It was a good time. Make sure you guys to remember to join us Friday. We're going to do Creepshow 2. And to do that, join the membership. Hit the join button below. Otherwise, we are going to be this will go up for everybody next week in post. And then I'm going to Japan next week. I'm trying to think really quick. So as of this live recording, I'll be leaving Thursday. So I still would like to do something next week. I
Next
don't know.
Wednesday.
Yeah. I mean, I want to be all prepared. The thing is we're leaving for the airport. My Uber is going to arrive at like 2:30 in the morning Thursday. So
Oh,
I'm going to probably pull an all-nighter. So I think, I mean, I'll have a lot to do, but I plan on from the weekend on, we're getting all the packing done. So I fully plan on doing something Wednesday as normal, whether or not it's going to be a commentary, or maybe we'll just do a stream because I can't do anything Friday because I'll be gone. Maybe we'll just do a stream Wednesday and we'll figure out something fun to do then. But basically I got to edit like 3 different things before I leave anyway. I got to edit this Creepshow 2, and I'm going to edit the that 3rd episode we did of Tales from the Dark Side, and I'll have that go up for everybody while I'm on vacation. And and while I'm in Japan, I plan on taking a lot of footage and doing a lot of exclusive videos and shit from Japan. I want to, take advantage. I'd like to visit some film sites over there too. I'm a big fan of Japanese cinema and Japanese Yakuza cinema, crime films. I love it, man.
Which I did put a new video up on our membership.
Oh yeah, what'd you put up?
So I got a 4K and last week. It was the deranged 4K from that just came out not too long ago from Vinegar Syndrome, and I kind of just talked about that, and I threw that up in the membership. So if anybody wants to check that out, check it out.
Cool. All right, guys. We'll catch you later. Thanks so much. Bye bye.